Smith coach just coming over, giving fist bumps for everybody. The Alabama players are literally, they're within, we can just reach out and touch them if we cared to. Andy Burcham, this is going to be quite the day. An opportunity to make some history in this atmosphere at Neville Arena today.
It's just part of an incredible weekend of action here. And let me say this right off the bat. Hats off to Ben Thomas and his crew here at the arena, at Neville Arena, because they had basketball here Thursday night, the women against number 1 South Carolina. As soon as that game ended, they transformed this into a gymnastics venue, and a great competition last night. SUNY with another 10 on bars. Auburn with a big win against LSU last night. And then as soon as that game ended, this was transformed back into the venue that we see right now. So his crew, really outstanding work for what has been, I know, a tough 3 days, but that's what they're here to do, and they've done it very well.
College game day right now. They're doing some halftime hits and things like that on the court in front of us as both teams warm up. And this is the annual Outlive game. So over the next 20 to 25 minutes or so, we're going to be taking questions from viewers who are watching on Facebook or YouTube. Leave your questions in the comments section, and we'll be glad to make those a part of our warm-up broadcast today. We're going to take you up to about 12:25 Central, at what point those of you who stay on the stream will hear the last 5 minutes of our radio broadcast countdown, and then at 12:30 Central, we'll begin our normal radio broadcast, our pregame coverage at 12:30 Central. This is just something extra. We've done it a few times this year, and we're doing it again today. We call it the warm-up. We have special guests coming up over the next 20-25 minutes, and we just want to give you a little glimpse inside Neville Arena and let you see what it's like in here 30 minutes, or rather an hour, before tip-off of this big rivalry game. We got look, you can't see him on camera right now, but I got Jay Billis. I'm shoulder to shoulder with Jay Billis right now. Dan Schulman's just walking 20 feet from us right now, walking away. All the stars are here. Sonny Smith is here. All the stars are here, including Johnny Kinsey, who is on the board of the Bruce Pearl Foundation. Johnny is one of the major players in rounding up and organizing the Outlive efforts, and this is the annual Outlive game. Johnny, thank you very much for coming by. This is a busy day for you, and we appreciate you spending some time with us.
Thank you so much for those kind words. Yeah, it's a busy day for a lot of our people. We've had people here basically since 8 o'clock this morning getting set up. And just a huge shout-out to Bruce and Brandy Pearl for the idea of Outlive, bringing it from Tennessee and getting it going in Auburn to help so many families in our state that have financial needs besides medical, but the financial needs of just living expenses, and we're able to help in that in such a great way. And thank y'all for giving us all the publicity and support y'all have done this year.
It started with Chris Lofton, who went through testicular cancer while playing at Tennessee when Bruce was the head coach there. That's where it started. And then he brought it here to Auburn. And I know a year ago they donated, or you folks, we all did, $250,000 to Outlive to help cancer patients, to make sure that mammograms and prostate exams are done, or for those that then have to deal with that, to help with gas money or insurance and all kinds of things. It is not just something that BP does. This is really important to Bruce and Brandy and folks like you that are part of this foundation and part of the shirts that are sold every year, the different restaurants in town that take place in the Outlive Week. It's important. It's something that, and listen, a lot of us, all of us, have been touched by it, whether it's a family member or a friend or both, or perhaps you have gone through cancer. Hopefully, you're on the other side. But it is terrific work that is done by the Outlive Foundation.
Yeah, and I'd like to say that we started here in Auburn in 2016. The first year we gave out $12,000 to 6 hospitals. Last year, around $250,000 to 12 hospitals, and it's just growing every year, leaps and bounds. This year, we're probably close to $200,000 or more in donations, plus the T-shirt sales. So it's been fabulous. And also a shout out to gymnastics last night. They agreed to let us be there, and we sold about 7,000 shirts at gymnastics.
Wonderful.
My goodness.
So it's just Auburn has bought in, and again, like I said, BP, it's his heart. He really wants to make this thing go. And we've got Chad Pruitt. He helps tremendously with it, and Tammy Jackson. And then she has a host of volunteers. We had volunteers last night at 10 o'clock, and they're back here this morning. So, and everybody, we thank them, and they say, no, thank you for letting us do it. And the other thing, the people that have come to games, men, we are doing testing.
Right.
You can have free blood test. The Slive Foundation is here, Anna Slive, and they're doing it. So you can come have that test done. We'll probably test 100 people and probably find 10 people that need to go further.
Back up here in the
Back up
northeast
in the
corner
yeah.
near the main entrance.
The main entrance of the concourse, please go by. It's free, and we'd love for you to do that.
Johnny, how much are we looking at in terms of raising money at this point? With a final push maybe coming today, where are we at right now?
Right, we're probably close to, with the donations we've received today, we had a man make a donation of about 40, and another guy matched it. He said, I'm going to match it. So we're probably close.
We're not talking $40.
No, 40,000. Yeah,
Okay,
40,000. Thank you. 40,000. But we'll take 40 and 40. But,
sure.
But 40,000. So that we're going to be close to 200 donations, and probably shirt sales when we get. We'll continue shirt sales through the season. We don't stop now.
Right.
So I would say last year we raised about 300. I'd like to get there this year, but I don't know if we'll get there. But it's just been so great, and people have been so wonderful that what they've done and donated.
So those who are watching, if you haven't made your donation yet, whether it's buying a shirt or just making the financial contribution, go to outlive.com, AUTLIVE.com, and you can make your donation there on the website. So even as you're watching this stream, if you want to click over and swipe up and then go to the site and make your donation, do that, and let's finish really strong this season.
Yeah,
Would love to hit 300,000 or more.
We'll go all the way to the end of the regular season. So, and again, you two guys have been wonderful every time, every broadcast, Tiger Talk.
Well, thank
Y'all
you.
always done
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What do you think about the game today?
I think we're going to win big.
I like it. I like that. That's our first official prediction on the warm-up.
Yeah.
Very different than the game day predictions.
Well, what do they know? What do they know?
Right.
Yeah, they don't know Auburn. They don't know the jungle. They don't know the atmosphere these guys are walking into. And I just feel like this is the day we take it.
We like it. All right, if it happens, you heard it here first.
There
Johnny
you go.
Kinsey, thank you very much for
Thank
being a
y'all.
part of the warm-up.
Thank you, Johnny.
Y'all
All
are
right,
wonderful.
appreciate
Thank
it,
y'all.
babe.
All
War
right.
Eagle.
As we go along, let's remind you that we're going to kind of flip the camera around here and show you what's happening as we let Johnny slip away. We'll let you see a little bit of the court, and the guys are warming up right now. Of course, some Alabama guys are blocking the view, so we won't turn it around too much more. But Auburn down on the sideline to our left, going through their pregame stretching routine. The Alabama guys getting up some shots over there, and we are just about we're under about 1 hour from now. Actually, they will tip this game off. We
right,
think
I have
there
a
may have
question.
been a slide, maybe a 5-minute slide to a 110 tip.
I've got a question on Facebook
Okay.
from Alex. How big would a win today change our momentum for the rest of the season? We haven't been playing great, so hopefully today we can turn it around. Well, a win today would easily be Auburn's biggest of the season. I mean, this is a team that's number 3 in both polls. You've heard BP talk about all week long. He thinks this is the best team in the country. I mean, this is a team in Alabama that had 2 wins against number 1 teams before New Year's.
Yeah.
When North Carolina was number 1, and then at Houston when the Cougars were number 1, and they've been back at number 1 since.
Yeah.
And listen, BP says this. He believes this is the best team in the country right now in Alabama. And they're big, and they're a very good shooting team.
Yeah.
And they can play defense as well. They're number 1 in the SEC, averaging 83.7 points a game.
They're going to score here today, by the way.
Yeah.
You're not going to totally shut them down.
They're also holding opponents to 37% shooting.
Yeah.
Now, that may be the difference in Alabama the last couple years. They've had the ability to score.
Yeah.
They haven't been the best defenders. That's not the case this year.
You know, talking about the rankings, probably if they had had a little more basketball success over the last decade to 20 years, they would have that brand recognition and might be the number 1 ranked team in the country. But I think because of their success coming so recently, they weren't given the nod. It's hard to do. It's hard to get to that number 1 spot. We saw Auburn do it last year for a few weeks. It's tough to get there. I get the sense, though, that that's not the number 1 thing in their crosshairs. They're right in the thick of an SEC championship race. Auburn would need a lot of things to fall its way to get back into the race for a championship, but, you know, this team also is much better, I think, having watched them, and you've seen them too in person more than I have. This Auburn team's better than a 7-5 conference record right now.
And here's the thing. This Auburn team is playing better, but their competition is really. The schedule has picked up since the start of February with trips to A&M and Tennessee and West Virginia, which, by the way, is playing better too. And you still got trips to Lexington and to Tuscaloosa before this game's over. I mean, when you get Tennessee, Alabama, and Texas A&M, you know, home and away on your schedule, that's rough. That's brutal.
Check out who is joining us now.
Hello,
on
Holly.
the warm-up.
How are you?
This is awesome. Special surprise. This is why you watch the warm-up, for surprises just like this and special guests joining us. By the way, we're not finished with the special guests. You're going to want to stick around. We've got about 15 or so more minutes on the warm-up. And again, at 12:30 Central, we'll begin our standard radio pregame coverage, and we'll keep that here on the Facebook and YouTube streams as well. Holly Rowe from ESPN is with us. Holly, thank you so much for joining us for a few minutes today.
I'm happy to be with you. Thank you for asking me.
What does it mean for you to be here on the Outlive Day? We know your story and the battle that you've had, and I know that is also very important to help others as well.
Absolutely. It means a lot to be here. In fact, Coach Bruce Pearl called me on Monday, and they always send me a shirt every year, and so I got my shirt a couple of weeks ago, and when I found out that this was going to be the game, I was so grateful, because what it does is give us a chance to elevate the conversation around screening and prevention and people dealing with cancer. So, like, this was really cool. We went this morning with Coach Pearl and Dan Schulman, our announcer tonight in the game, and they got their prostate screening together.
The blood test.
Yes, and we did it, and we're going to show it on ESPN because we want to demystify prostate screening so that men don't think it's going to be this awkward exam. It's the initial screening is just a blood test. So we wanted to encourage everyone to go in and get their blood tested, and the best cure for cancer is to not get it and to get early detection. So that's important.
Absolutely.
It's not about the wins and the losses all the time. Those are important, but to use sports as a platform to talk about things that are bigger than sports, that's a special thing.
Yeah, and it was really important. So we were at practice yesterday, and as they closed practice, Coach Pearl gathered the team together and, explained to them, this is what the game is, this is what we're doing, and here's why it's important. And he shared the example of a young woman who had gone with them on their trip to Israel this summer, Nicole. And I don't know her. I'm just sharing what Coach shared with the team. But he said, we lost her about a month ago. And it was just immediately, the kids were shocked. They had been around her on this trip to Israel. And just bringing awareness to young people that this is all around us and we all need to be in this fight together, and asking his kids to, really play hard with great intention and love in their hearts today.
How many stories when you're out, how many folks come up to you and say, hey, Holly, I've gone through it, my mom? I mean, I would think that happens quite often.
Constantly. And it's a weird tribe that we're in. Is like, once you've had cancer, you kind of bond with everyone else that's had cancer, because no one can really understand what you've gone through and the pain that you've gone through, but they can. And so we all kind of bond together, and I think that people are loving and kind and generous with that.
Well, and I have one. My wife is 7 years clear now, but her father was a doctor, so she was always getting mammograms. And just a routine mammogram, breast cancer, and we've gone through it, and she is cancer-free right now. Hopefully you hear a lot of those stories,
yes,
too.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
And, I did ask Coach Nate Oates with Alabama, has cancer touched his life? And it's very personal to him. His mother is a cancer survivor, and his wife survived breast cancer. She was diagnosed the first year he got his head coaching opportunity at Buffalo, and he'd been a longtime high school coach, and he finally gets this head coaching job in college, and his wife gets breast cancer. And he talked to her, should I step down? Should I take a year off? She said, no, this is your chance. You do your thing. So they have battled that together. So it's personal to both coaches today. I think it's important.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I
Good.
just had clean scans in January.
Wonderful.
I'm still, doing my 6-month scans, and hopefully I can move those to a year pretty soon. But knock on wood, very blessed to be here.
Wonderful.
We could continue this for about 45
I
more
know,
minutes
I know.
before there's so much we can
But we
cover.
also have basketball.
I know. I do want to ask you a couple of things. Was last night your first gymnastics experience at Neville Arena?
No, I have been
okay.
here before and actually worked gymnastics here. I started with the first year that ESPN got gymnastics, I begged them to let me work it. And so I did 2 seasons of gymnastics coverage. And, you know, the problem is I'm so busy. I've got so many sports that I'm covering, and so it's hard to pick and choose. But gymnastics is one of my first loves. I grew up in Utah, and Utah has maybe the first and best women's gymnastics program in sports history.
Well,
They're
that's where
selling
Auburn's
that-
coach came from.
That's exactly
Yeah.
right. And they're selling that gym out every night. And so I grew up with a great example of what women's gymnastics could be. And I'm really glad that the SEC is leaning into that and supporting it. And it was breathtaking last night. I got to watch Suni Lee's bar routine where she gets a perfect 10. And then Aaliyah Finnegan for LSU gets a perfect 10 on the vault table.
Right.
And I just was like weeping over there. Like, these women are so great. And I love them so much. And they are phenomenal athletes. It's just incredible.
You did a nice job putting on the crown before Darian went out on the
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
that
was great form, I thought.
I try to memorize their floor routines. And, of course, Darian is the greatest floor performer. She is so good. You guys know that. I don't need to tell you. But she got a 9.9 last night on the floor, too. And, I mean, she could probably go 10 every time she steps onto the floor.
No.
Speaking of your Utah roots, you're
Yes.
a member of the Utah Jazz broadcast team. You get to see Walker Kessler
Oh, boy.
a whole bunch.
Yes. So
All right.
I am so proud of Walker Kessler. In fact, he's very jealous that I'm here today. They played in Toronto last night, and I will fly Sunday to meet them in Indianapolis for a game against the Pacers. So I see Walker night in and night out, and what's impressive to me is his learning curve is like I've never seen. You know, so he starts out playing 5 or 6 minutes a game early in the season. Then he's getting 10 to 12 minutes a game. He's now in the starting lineup for the Utah Jazz at 20 years old. He's blocking shots. He's protecting the rim. He's really good offensively. He's averaging 11 points, almost 11 points, 11 rebounds in his last 13 starts. So Walker Kessler's ascension into be one of the best players in the league at 20 years old, I think, is really important. He was just named as a member of the NBA Rising Stars game. He will be playing in that game on ESPN this weekend for the All-Star break. But more than that, he is a wonderful teammate. He's a great kid. He is funny as hell. Can I swear on your show?
Sure.
This kid
Sure.
is so
That one,
funny.
yeah.
He has us just cracking up all the time. And Walker Kessler has been an absolutely breath of fresh air and important for the Utah Jazz.
Would you please tell him that the Auburn radio guys say hello and we
I
miss
will.
him?
I promise you I will. He filmed a little video for me about his time at Auburn and welcome back to Auburn. So I'll post that on social media. I'm glad you reminded me. I need to get that done.
All right. We hate to cut you loose,
Cut
but we
me
know
loose.
you have other things that
I
are on
do,
your
but
plate
thanks
before.
for having me, and I
Thank you,
appreciate
Holly.
you both so
You
much.
bet.
Thank you,
Thank
Holly.
you.
One of our favorites, Holly Rowe from ESPN, joining us here. And as she gets out of the seat, we're going to welcome to the show. We're gonna keep the guests
Why
rolling
not?
here.
It's like Johnny Carson.
A guy who has been
Do you
at
know
a
who Johnny
ton of-
Carson is?
Yeah, I know Johnny Carson.
Okay.
With the,
Okay, you
Johnny
don't
Car-
really. That's
yes,
fine.
no, I do too. He
Fine.
hosted the Tonight Show for like 50 years.
He was the Tonight Show.
He was, yeah. You not a Jimmy Fallon fan?
Not really, no.
You know who could host the Tonight Show in about 20 more years?
Derek Hall?
Derek Hall
Yeah, he
could host
could.
the Tonight Show someday. Look at this guy coming up here. Derek Hall, he's getting ready for the draft. He's getting ready for professional football. You're getting ready right now, though, for another Auburn basketball game.
I am, yes, sir. That I am. It's glad to be back, so I'm happy to be here.
Give us an update, Derek, since the end of this past season, what you're going through with regard to Senior Bowl, Combine, working out there in Pensacola. What is life like for you right now?
Crazy. If I had to put it into one word, it's very crazy. A lot of long days, a lot of sleepless nights, but, it's all part of the process, man. It's a blessing, to have the opportunity to play the game on a professional level. So, really just trying to take that, take what I've learned here at Auburn and apply it to, my daily life is the biggest thing for me right now.
Everything that we read, everything that we hear is that you continue to move up right now. Folks love what they see from you as an Auburn player. They love what your work ethic and how well you played at the Senior Bowl. And I know the Combine coming up it's huge with regard to the draft. So with that in mind, Derek, talk about just getting ready for that Combine and for the folks that now are helping you from that pro side, just talk about what they say is as far as the importance of the Combine coming up in Indianapolis?
All right. So, the biggest thing when I first got to Exo, DeSantis is, they want to get us drafted as high as possible. And obviously that starts with the Combine and different things like that. So really just trying to take, it's just like football. Take what you learn on a day-to-day basis, all the technique, all the little things here and there to help you, be able to go out and perform your best. That goes from the 40 to the L drill, to the 3-cone drill, to all the position work that we're doing down the Exos, man. Just really trying to take that terminology and, put it towards, the Combine and really going out there and putting my best foot forward. But, it's been a great process, man. I've been enjoying the heck out of it.
How about the mental side of it? Because, there's a lot of work off the field that you're doing at the Combine as well.
It's very, very mentally draining. I think I had my first dose of that at the Combine. 5-6 hour meeting with teams.
Right.
And you're there. You just got done with a practice. You're tired. You're drained. You just got done with meetings, and now you have to go sit here and, talk to guys, really try to sell yourself and put your best foot forward for 5 hours. And so I feel like, the mental piece is definitely important in this, making sure you're trying to get, the best amount of sleep possible and different things like that. But, it's a great experience. And like I said, I'm loving it, so I can't complain.
You have been a part, just as a fan, of so many basketball games in this arena, and you've always embraced the Auburn family and supported other student athletes at their games. So what does it mean to you to be here and to be a part of this game today?
Number one, it feels great just to be back, man.
Yeah.
Doing training, going down to Senior Bowl. Just continuously going, and our opportunity to sit back, kick my feet up for, a weekend and actually be back home, enjoy the Auburn family, enjoy, Auburn going to, get a big win here in the Iron Bowl. So, I can't complain about that. But, it's a great experience. It's always fun being back home and talking to the family.
A lot of guys, though, in your shoes, Derek, might just, you'd say, all right, the game starts at 1. Let me try to get there and slide in about 12:55 and be there for the beginning.
Not Derek Hall.
When did you get here today?
I was here at 9.
You came in at 9 with the other students who came in at 9.
I was here for game day, sat here through all of that. Been having some great conversations, just catching up with some people, man. This is, the relationship that you make is second to none. So really just trying to come back and, just do my job. And, that's basically just being here rooting these guys on. I'm excited to be here today.
Saw the picture of you and Eku Leota at the Senior Bowl and Coach Freeze being down there. What was that conversation like?
Special. He said he really didn't have the opportunity to coach us, so he really couldn't claim us. But, Auburn could. I feel like that. That stood out to me. Just him being here and him not having an opportunity to coach us, and really wanting us back for one more year. But obviously, with the position that we're in, we had that opportunity to leave. So, but, for him to be there and him, Zach, and, a lot of the coaches, Coach Rock came through, Coach Watts. Just all the coaches that's coached me here at Auburn. Rodney Garner. I saw everybody, so it was just like a big Auburn family reunion down there at the Senior Bowl. But, man, it was amazing. It said a lot about Coach Freeze being there and know he didn't really have the opportunity to coach us.
What do you think about the game today? How you see it playing out?
My prediction, 62, 58, something like that. But Auburn definitely on top.
Are you keeping the shirt on today, or are you going to show off the guns?
It all depends. Depends. The boys are going to come out and, do their job. I don't want to steal the show, but,
that's good.
I definitely want to be in support, so I'm looking forward to it.
Same, Derek. Same.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let me say this while we have you here, because I don't know another chance we'll have. I really appreciate the time that you gave not only to us, but the rest of the folks in the media.
Right.
I know that this was a bizarre football season for your last season here. And we all enjoyed that last month with Carnell as the interim head coach. But you never said no to us. You always said yes and gave us time, whether it was Tiger Talk or our pregame show or whatever. And I appreciate that. And I think that will work in your favor as you move forward now to the NFL and beyond.
Yes, sir.
In your life. And I just want to say thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for saying yes and helping with us as well.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank y'all for having me. Like I said, the last game, man, it was special. I had the opportunity to talk to you guys every single week. I had the opportunity to make relationships like this. Right. No matter what, I know if I need either one of y'all or anybody I came in contact with, I'll have that connection and the opportunity, if I need to cross that bridge. So, it's very special, and I always enjoy the opportunity to get to sit down and talk with you guys.
St. Elmo's for the shrimp cocktail.
Yes, sir.
While you're
I haven't
in Indy
forgot it.
At the Combine.
I haven't forgot it. Yes, sir.
You have loved Auburn. Auburn loves you back.
Absolutely.
We are so looking forward to watching you succeed at the next
Absolutely.
level. Thanks for coming today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much
for having
my
me.
friend.
War Eagle.
All right, that's Derek Hall, and that's going to wrap things up for the warm-up. We've got our radio pregame coverage starting in under Under
What?
5 minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
Under
Really?
5, yeah, no.
Okay.
What a loaded warm-up that was. Thank you very much for watching on Facebook or YouTube. We'll do it again a time or two more before the season comes to a close, and this place is already filling in really nicely with better than 40 minutes to go before tip-off. So what you're going to see right now, we're going to keep the stream going. We're going to turn the camera around and put it on the floor for the duration of our pregame coverage. From an audio perspective, for the next 4 minutes, you'll hear our broadcast countdown. This is what our affiliates hear to let them know exactly when we're going to begin our broadcast, which is coming up at 12:30 Central Time on the dot, and then we will launch into the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off. So for all of our guests here on the warm-up today, Johnny Kinsey, Holly Rowe, Derek Hall, for Andy Burcham, I'm Brad Law, War Eagle. Thanks for listening to the warm-up and watching the warm-up.
This broadcast will begin in 3 minutes. Here's your 2-minute time check. Mark. Here comes your 1-minute time check for this Auburn broadcast. Mark. "30 seconds till broadcast. Mark.
Inside the arc, step back three, window, got it! Up and under, yes, and a foul! D. Johnson, three, got it! Brings it top of the circle, Jabari, left wing three, got it! He knew it, he was already running back. Uh-oh, Quad Pro! him down. Down the middle of the lane. And a lob to Dunbar. Knight. Penetrates to the basket. Lays it in. Knight. Alabama has the best offense and defense in the SEC. So how do you beat that? We're about to find out. The first of 2 regular season matchups with these longtime bitter rivals is about to commence. Good afternoon and War Eagle from Neville Arena with 8-time Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith and Brad Law. I'm Andy Burcham. Auburn spent the last week on the road, resulting in a pair of frustrating losses. Last Saturday at Tennessee and Tuesday night at Texas A&M. Tuesday, Auburn had leads in both halves, but couldn't overcome 39 free throw attempts by A&M and 27 fouls called against the Tigers. Alabama is 11-0 in the SEC for the first time since the 1956 season. A year ago, the SEC had freshman phenom Jabari Smith. This year, it's Alabama's Brandon Miller. He leads the league in scoring and all freshmen nationally. Bama is big, really big. They go 6'9", 6'10", and 7 foot across the front line. The starting lineup alone features 2 McDonald's All-American. The Crimson Tide leads the SEC, averaging 83.7 points a game and holds opponents to 26% shooting from the field. Game day was here. Hey, the Tigers haven't lost on games with the ESPN crew on hand. And here's hoping that trend continues today as the Tigers host the number 3 team in the country. The CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off starts now.
Exclusive pregame coverage of the Tigers begins now with the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off. Coming up, analysis, interviews, and a look around college basketball. At CB&S Bank, we've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Visit cbsbank.com. Alongside Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith, here's the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Well, the game day crew has cleared off of the Neville Arena court, and now it's just Auburn and Alabama getting ready for the first of 2 between the Tigers and the Crimson Tide, along with 8-time Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith and Brad Law. I'm Andy Burcham. Glad to have you here today at Neville Arena for the first of 2 games with the Crimson Tide this season. Well, Sonny, 2 straight games on the road, 2 tough games on the road, frustrating losses. Auburn had an opportunity to win both of the games a week ago at Tennessee and Tuesday night at Texas A&M. And now you get maybe the best team in the country coming in here today.
This is the best team in the country coming in my mind. And this is the best team in the country could go away whipped if we do the right things against this team.
It's an Alabama team that shoots the ball very, very well. They like to shoot the threes. They like to score in transition. But it doesn't stop there. This is a very good defensive team, perhaps as good as they've had defensively since Herb Jones was playing at Alabama.
I don't think size, length, and quickness. This is a team, usually go after you go size, and so you stop somewhere. But they got the quickness to go with all the other things that they got.
And there's some depth on this team. Think about this.
That's a big thing.
Javon Quinterly has been a starter for his first 3 years at Alabama. He still leads the team in assists, but he's coming off the bench right now.
Well, I thought depth was going to be a thing that would make them into what they are, the number 1 team, and they've done that. And now we've got to try to figure up a way to beat them, and there's only 1 or 2 ways. Run them off the free throw line and keep them out of the middle.
Well, and they will shoot the 3. They like to shoot the 3. They average about 11 a game.
Yes.
Listen, if Auburn gets 11 threes in a game, you feel like that's been a transcendent day. That's the average for this Alabama ball club right now.
The reason for that is they play 5 guys on the perimeter. They do their post play on the run, going duck ins, run ins, but they very rarely just stay in there and post up. So you got to guard 5 positions shooting threes.
And if you say, well, they're nothing but offense, well, think about this. Their average margin of victory this season is 22.3 points a game. Yeah. They're not just beating teams, Sonny. They're dominating teams.
Yeah, and we very rarely say anything about their defense, and you just did. They are outstanding on defense. Now, could you run on this team? First off, you got to rebound the ball to run.
Absolutely.
And if we can rebound against this team, make it an up-tempo game, I think our chances are much better.
Alabama averages almost 45 rebounds a game. Auburn isn't a poor rebounding team,
No.
but Auburn is at 37.6 rebounds per game. You look at all of the numbers indicate in this league, this is the best team out there.
Yeah. Well, you know, you talk about our rebounds, and teams are been slowing the game down against us, so there's not as many chances to rebound in basketball as you might think. But when they do, I think we're doing a really good job. But what I'm leading up to, I think rebounding will be a key for us to stay in this game all night.
They go 6'9" with Brandon Miller, 6'10" with Noah Clowney, and 7 foot with Charles Bediako. That's their starting front line.
Yeah,
they're big, really big.
And play away from the basket. That's surprising to me. But you would say, would it work? It's worked for them.
We have seen Neville Arena time and time again through the years, especially since Bruce Pearl has been the Auburn coach, be a difference maker in a game like this one today. And quite frankly, folks, Auburn needs you here today.
Well, we'll be louder today. We'll be filled up, and we'll be charged up more than any game this year. And I think we'll be ready to play. I really do.
It's already been a remarkable 3 days here at Neville Arena, with women's basketball against number 1 South Carolina Thursday, a top 10 matchup in gymnastics last night in front of another sold-out crowd, SUNY Lee with another 10 last night on the uneven bars, and then a quick transformation into the best basketball venue you're going to find, and it's Auburn and Alabama here today. It's one of those days where you wake up and you go, how fortunate am I to be able to sit next to Sonny Smith and Brad Law and call this basketball game today.
I'm the one's fortunate to be here at my age to see something special, and it could happen.
Right.
It could happen here today, and I feel fortunate just to be an Auburn Tiger.
It appears that Auburn is healthy today. Dylan Cardwell played for Auburn on Tuesday following, well, he mentioned it. It was COVID that kept him out of the Tennessee trip, as a matter of fact. But he appears to be back in full strength. It doesn't appear that we're going to see Chance Westry play the rest of this season for Auburn. The last couple ball games, he has strictly been in warm-ups for those 2 ball games. This medical report has been brought to you by East Alabama Health. Need emergency care? Check out the new freestanding emergency department located in their new Auburn Medical Pavilion in the Auburn Research Park. Well, it's early. It's a big, big day in the Southeastern Conference. Brad Law will keep you up to date not only on that, but also other Auburn athletics going on throughout the day. And so we'll send it to the Pede Monster, Brad T. Law.
All right, Andy, thank you very much. Yeah, we're down to the final 6 games in the SEC slate, and Auburn is battling for that double bye at the SEC tournament, taking on the league leaders today in Alabama. Let's get right to the update.
From the home of the reigning conference champions to every corner of the SEC, let's go around the most exciting conference in college basketball. This is the Toyota SEC Report. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
There are 6 other games in the league today. 2 of them are in progress now. Before we get there, though, let's paint the picture of what the standings look like and just what this race looks like at this juncture. After today, we'll be down to 6 games left in the regular season. Alabama at the top of the standings at 11-0. Texas A&M 2 games back of the top spot at 9-2. After that, it's Tennessee at 8-3. Auburn enters the day in a tie with Kentucky for that 4th spot. Both teams are 7-4 in the league, and they get together 2 weeks from today, by the way, at Rupp Arena. 1 game back of that tie for 4th, Missouri, Arkansas, and Florida, all at 6-5. Auburn owns the tiebreakers over Florida and Arkansas. Missouri is coming up on the schedule Tuesday night, a little Valentine's Day night here at Neville Arena. All right, after that, the bottom half of the standings, Vanderbilt's at 5-6, Mississippi State and Georgia at 4-7, Ole Miss at 2-9, LSU and South Carolina at 1-10. Now, the games that are in progress now in Athens, you got Kentucky and Georgia, and they are going back and forth. Georgia had a 10-point halftime lead, but Kentucky came out and has surged, especially defensively, into the lead here. Kentucky has done it on the back of its defense. They've limited Georgia to just 8 points in the first 10 minutes of the second half. So as it stands with 10 minutes to play at Stegman Coliseum, it's Kentucky 52, Georgia 50. Elsewhere in Oxford, it's Ole Miss leading South Carolina 32-28. Rebels looking for back-to-back conference victories. And the rest of the action is still to come in the league. Florida gets a chance to get to 7 league wins, hosting Vanderbilt. Commodores fresh off their upset win over Tennessee. Mississippi State and Arkansas, 2 of the hotter teams in the league. Mississippi State's won 4 games in a row. Arkansas has won 3 straight, and 5 of its last 6. Hogs and Bulldogs get together at 5 o'clock Central in Fayetteville. Number 6, Tennessee, hopes for a bounce back today in Knoxville against Missouri. That's a 5 o'clock start up on Rocky Top. At Texas A&M visits Baton Rouge. The Aggies looking to get to 10 league victories in Baton Rouge. That is the nightcap, a 7:30 Central Time start. Now let's talk about what's on the menu here as this place fills up, continues to fill up in a hurry. And the Jungle sings Living on a Prayer behind us, aided by the Auburn University Marching Band. What's on the menu today? Well, pregame conversations with Lior Berman, an Alabama native. Chad Pruitt, Auburn assistant, gives us a 60-second scout of the Crimson Tide, plus our exclusive pregame sit-down with head coach Bruce Pearl. Introducing the new Whataburger Breakfast Bowl. What's on the menu is brought to you by Whataburger. Talking about one convenient bowl filled to the brim with a fresh baked biscuit, scrambled eggs, crispy hash browns, creamy gravy, shredded cheddar jack cheese, and your choice of sausage or bacon. It's available for a limited time from Whataburger. When we come back, 60-second scout of Alabama and our player profile with Lior Berman. That's when the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off continues in a moment.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Did you know the average piece of produce travels 1,500 miles to reach your plate? When you buy local, you shorten your supply chain and reduce fuel emissions to contribute to a more sustainable world. I'm Ellie Watson, the director of Sweet Grown Alabama, a program designed to help you find locally grown products. Visit sweetgrownalabama.org to search for locally grown produce, meat, honey, and more in your area.
How are you the ultimate Auburn fan? Because I got this air horn installed in my throat. Pretty sick, right? Yes, you look really sick. What doctor would even do this? Doctor? I did this myself. I mean, I can't swallow whole food, but still. Wait, what? Just gotta plow through it. Hey, can I get a couple of soups up there? What about some chamomile tea? Don't be that guy. Get a fan card. The smart way to be the ultimate Tigers fan. Just go to auburncards.com.
We've invented a new messaging system using the crisp sounds of Bud Light. Crisp Code, Lesson 86. This is how you say, gee willikers, it's a hot one. Let's cool down with some Bud Lights. That's it for today. Bud Light, crisp.
Enjoy responsibly. Bud Light Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
Well, Neville Arena going to be rocking. It always is, but there'll be a little something special in the air today. And to get in here, if you didn't already have a ticket, if you didn't have your season tickets, to get in today, you'd need StubHub and a piggy bank. StubHub, by the way, is the easiest way to experience every Tigers game. Check the virtual view, score your seats, get your tickets delivered instantly. StubHub is the official ticketing partner of Auburn Athletics. StubHub, be there. Well, Alabama has the league's third-best scoring defense. Or rather, Auburn has the league's third-best scoring defense. Let's try slowing down. We still have 25 minutes to tip here. Auburn is the third-best scoring defense in the SEC. Alabama has the SEC's top scoring offense. Alabama's scoring defense is 9th in the league, while Auburn's scoring offense is 6th. Auburn's Janai Broome, number 2 in the SEC in rebounding, number 3 in block shots, and number 15 in scoring. Wendell Green Jr. is 3rd in assists and 9th in steals. Alabama's Brandon Miller is number 1 in the SEC in scoring and three-point percentage. He's number 4 in rebounding. The Crimson Tide's Noah Clowney is 5th in rebounding. That's right, they have 2 of the top 5 board getters in the conference. Let's hear now from Chad Pruitt with a 60-second scout from the coaching perspective of Alabama.
Well, what an opportunity for us, college game day being here. Everybody's excited the Jungle will be on fire. Number 2 team in the country coming in. We're excited about this opportunity. They have the number 1 in conference play, number 1 offense, and number 1 defense. So obviously we got our hands full, but looking forward to it.
You look at this offense, what jumps off the page when you look at the film on this offense?
Well, everybody talks about, the 3-ball. They shoot a 3-ball every other time they shoot the ball. So 1 out of 2 is going to be a 3, but they love to get to the rim. So we can't give up drive layups. They're looking for layups and 3s.
All right, when you look at their defense, as good as it is, what is it?
Well, they do a really good job covering one-on-one. Not a super healthy type team like we had maybe against Texas A&M, but a team that's going to try to line up and guard you one-on-one with great rim protection. They got some size at the rim. And so we think we've got a few advantages in some areas. We got to take advantage of that.
Talk about the challenge of their height. They're big everywhere.
Yeah, I think what we're going to see early on and how hopefully we get to that pretty quick where we can handle that. But I think the overall size of those guys, especially across the back line where they'll go 6'9", 6'10", 7 foot, will be something we'll have to deal with. But we're going to try to spread them out like we always do and take advantage of those opportunities to drive the ball and shoot some 3s.
Our 60-second scout from an assistant coach is always presented by the Raymond J. Harbert College of Business. Accelerate your career with an online MBA from the Harbert College of Business. Learn why they're ranked among the nation's best at harbert.auburn.edu. Alabama just walked off the floor, the majority of them. Anyway, you could have probably guessed that by listening to the crowd behind us. Well, this is a special rivalry, and a guy who grew up knowing all about it, Lior Berman, a Birmingham native, played some spectacular basketball at Mountain Brook High School and has been a mainstay on this roster now for the last 4 years. And over the last 8 games in particular, his role has increased. He has scored in 7 of the last 8 games. He's played double-digit minutes in 4 of the last 8. This will be his last time at Neville Arena to play against the in-state rival. Here's Andy Burcham with today's player profile with Lior Berman.
All right, Lior, how has this rivalry changed for you now that you're a part of it? You're going to get to play in it again here today.
Just growing up watching Alabama against Auburn in any sport, it's just, just the level that the 2 teams have played at, and now that I get to be a part of that and get ready to play this game is really special.
Do you remember the first time that you stepped on the floor actually playing in this rivalry, that moment?
Yes, sir, I do. It was last year. Yeah, last year.
What was that like for you? I mean, someone that grew up in this state to watch this rivalry, to get a chance to actually play in.
I just kind of almost, it's growing up seeing it and then finally stepping out on the court. It's just, I can't really explain it. It's just a special feeling, and, I'm just ready for tonight.
Talk about your role right now with this team, because it's changed a little bit. Before you had come in at the 2, now you're playing a lot of 3.
Yeah, so right now I'm playing at the 3 and, just providing the team with, just some extra hustle, just making plays, rebounds, and just knocking down shots is what I'm trying to do.
And he has done that. He's shooting 44% this season, and that is the highest clip throughout his Auburn career. The Auburn Tigers put their trust in Auburn AV every home game for the best fan experience, and so should you. Bring the basketball game home when you have Auburn AV design and install your home entertainment system, all with frustration-free controls. Visit auburnav.com. Under 20 minutes from tip. Straight ahead, after some words from your local stations, Andy Burcham sits down with head coach Bruce Pearl before this rendition of the Tigers and the Crimson Tide. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Get your game day started with the CB&S Bank Countdown to Tip-Off on the Auburn Sports Network. 30 minutes before each Auburn basketball game. Get a breakdown of the matchups, player profiles, a 60-second scout of the opponent, SEC report, and our exclusive pregame interview with head coach Bruce Pearl. CB&S Bank has been family, community, and financially strong since 1906. The CB&S Bank Countdown to Tip-Off, only on the Auburn Sports Network.
How are you the ultimate Auburn fan? Because I got this air horn installed in my throat. Pretty sick, right? Yes. You look really sick. What doctor would even do this? Doctor? I did this myself. I mean, I can't swallow whole food, but still. Wait, what? Just gotta plow through it. Hey, can I get a couple of soups up here? What about some chamomile tea?
Don't be that guy. Get a fan card. The smart way to be the ultimate Tigers fan. Just go to auburncards.com.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Auburn Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
And the celebration begins at Auburn's Neville Arena.
The game has changed, and the future of Auburn athletics now demands a strong name, image, and likeness program. I'm Andy Burcham, and I urge you to support On to Victory, the name, image, and likeness collective for Auburn student athletes. Please take this opportunity to improve the lives of our players and give our teams the best chance of success. Learn more at ontovictory.com.
Ford presents our exclusive pregame visit with head coach Bruce Pearl. At Auburn, we revere our traditions. Ford has a tradition too, building trucks that are smart, dependable, and built Ford tough. That's why Ford F-150 is the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Here's Andy Burcham with Coach Pearl.
It's been a busy day already. Game day and getting ready for this one on a really, really exciting weekend here on the Plains.
It's been a busy week, at Tennessee, at Texas A&M, get ready for Alabama. Gymnastics last night, sprinkle a little recruiting, college game day, and what an opportunity for us today.
What does game day mean to you when you're going out and talking to the prospective student athlete?
Well, I mean, it's a separator. I mean, when we get out there and recruit this spring, and we're talking to kids, high school kids or kids in a transfer portal, only Duke and Auburn can look at recruit in the eye and say college game day came to our campus 3 years in a row. And there's a lot of places like in the league, for example, that it's never been. And in fact, most places. And so, yeah, it is a separator, and it allows us to continue to recruit. I think the second thing it does is it gives the state of Alabama, it gives the city of Auburn, it gives Auburn University, our alumni, some great recognition, some national, worldwide attention. Being able to talk about the programs that we have, and it's part of the reason why 48,000 students applied this year to Auburn, a record-setting number for so few positions.
You were already out with some of the students that are already here. You were out there before game day, right?
We had breakfast with them this morning, and Coach Thompson and I delivered some Chick-fil-A. Thank you, Bob, and our friends at Chick-fil-A. And then last night, how about Hugh Freeze and our athletic director, John Cohen, out there, taking care of them. So we appreciate our students. And I've heard from a lot of alums, interestingly, that said, man, I wish when I was in school we had, Suni Lee, jumping around in the bars and making tens and having such a great program. So great atmosphere, but we got our hands full on the basketball court.
All right. How good is this Alabama ball club? I mean, we know the stats as far as their offense and their defense. Take it behind the scenes a little bit.
Yeah, they're the best team in the country. I mean, they are. They're better than Purdue. They've beaten Houston at Houston. Those are your top three teams. We haven't played Kentucky yet, but we played everybody else, and they're ahead and maybe head and shoulders above the second-best team in our league. We'll see. Size at the rim, 3 brilliant playmaking guards, and Bradley and Quinterly and Sears, and then maybe the best player in the league in Miller. So they've got all the pieces, and a lot of the shots that they're going to get tonight that a lot of teams will come in and miss. They've just been making those shots. I mean, they've been beating people by an average of 22 in our league. They beat Vanderbilt in the 40s somewhere. I mean, it's crazy how good they are, how talented they are, how long they are. And at the same time, they're also guarding this year. And Coach Oates has had teams that have been really good offensively but didn't guard. Reminds me a lot of the Herb Jones team. I think what Herb Jones did for that team years ago, Mark Sears is doing for them right now.
You look at this team and you talk about Miller. Does he remind you of? I mean, they're about the same size. Is he that style of player as Jabari Smith?
I think Jabari will be a better NBA jump shooter. I think Miller can really shoot the ball, but not. Jabari was just, I think, even a little bit different level, even higher level. But Miller also, can put the ball down the floor and create a little bit, and I think Jabari will play a little bigger defensively than Miller will. But look, he is a lottery pick, top 5 pick, and we had him on campus and his family on campus for an official visit, and Tennessee, and Alabama, and Auburn, and of course his dad played football at Alabama, and it was tough to beat.
All right, let's talk about a couple of keys. Look at this Alabama offense that as good as it is. What's a key for the Auburn defense today?
If they shoot lights out, we're in trouble. I mean, if they make 11 or 12 threes, then which is what they average, then it's going to be really hard for us to beat them. So we've got to make them beat us from 2, not from 3, and not from 3. And then we can't turn the ball over. We got to get back in transition because they're really, really good in transition, and make them beat our half-court defense, and we got to limit them to 1 shot. That's a long laundry list, but those are all the things you got to do to beat the best team in the country.
All the best today, War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Hey, this is head coach Bruce Pearl. Here at Auburn, we revere our traditions. But it's the tradition of hard work that really speaks to me. It's about improving your game every single day and being the best that you can be. In the truck game, Ford has a tradition too. A relentless commitment to building smarter, tougher, and more dependable trucks. That's why I drive Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Learn more at buyfordnow.com.
Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
Thinking of advancing your career with a master's degree in business? If so, consider the graduate degree choices at Auburn University's Herbert College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best, we offer full-time and online programs in finance, supply chain management, information systems, accounting, and business administration. Learn more at harbert.auburn.edu.
Campbell under center. Campbell's going to throw on the play action into the end zone. Touchdown!
Hi, this is Jason Campbell. The game has changed. The future of Auburn athletics demands a strong name, image, and likeness collective. That's On to Victory, the NIL collective for Auburn student athletes. I urge you to support On to Victory. You can improve the lives of our players and give our teams the best chance for success. Learn more at ontovictory.com.
Kia of Auburn is happy to connect the Kia brand to the Auburn fans. Our winning lineup has something for everyone at almost any budget. SUVs like the Telluride, Sorento, and Sportage. You prefer a sedan? Check out the Rio, Forte, Soul, or the Sporty Stinger. And don't forget our new multi-purpose vehicles, the Carnival, or our amazing hybrid or electric vehicles. Kia of Auburn is a proud supporter of Auburn athletics. Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Whoa, Rico.
You're listening to Auburn basketball. Now more of the CB&S Bank countdown to tip-off.
Oh, what a special place Auburn is any day, but you really feel it here inside Neville Arena today. Brad Long, we visit now with Coach Sonny Smith. The Hall of Famers keys to the game are presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. Coach, let's take our time here, about 3 or 4 minutes to talk about some keys. Where do you start when you look at matchups against Alabama? Do you try to take advantage of what they do offensively and slow them down? Or are there some advantages that Auburn has offensively? Maybe you can produce a little better than teams have been able to this year.
I think the first thing you have to do is what can you do defensively against a guy you're going? Can you run him off that three-point line? And that would be the first thing I think we'll start with every guy. And the other thing is don't let this become a half-court game. Stop the runs. Do not let them run on you. And if you can do those two things, and then you throw it into a game of making shots. The only thing that's held us back this year is sometimes we don't make shots.
Yeah.
When we shoot the ball, we win.
It is encouraging that the last time Auburn played in this building, it had its best offensive output of the season against Georgia. It will take that kind of execution offensively and maybe better today against Alabama.
Yeah, and you say, well, how do you go about that? Do you slow it down? Do you speed it up? I think you just play the way we have against everybody else right here on this court. Don't make it say it's Alabama, we got to do it different. I think do the things that we've been doing and do them well.
I think that's a good point, Coach, because you look at 2 losses in a row. You played well enough defensively at Tennessee to win, played well enough offensively at A&M to win. Got to put those together at home. I want to ask you about Bediako for Alabama. He's not one of their double-digit guys. He's a 7-footer, though. 7 feet, 215, 5.5 points, 5+ rebounds. What is his role in their offense? I know they've got their perimeter guys. They've got their guys that go for double figures. How does the offense relate to Bediako on the inside?
Even though he's big, they still play 5 on the perimeter. Yeah. But he is a running rebounder instead of a stationary rebounder. So get off of him, pick him up as he runs to the basket, and block him out. I wouldn't try to match him on jumping. I would try to block him out.
Auburn's offensive. Dylan Cardwell's over to rev everybody up like they needed it anymore. We love that. Good to have Dylan back at full strength, by the way. Look forward to your call in this game tonight with Andy. I ran out of time to ask you more stuff. That's okay. We'll look forward to your call here with Andy Burcham in just a few moments here from Neville Arena. They're going to do the Outlive presentation here. It's always a treat. It's always a special part of the Outlive game. Now, just because the weather's getting chilly doesn't mean Alabama farmers aren't busy growing high-quality products. Visit sweetgrownalabama.org. Make your next Tigers watch party a slam dunk. Find farm-fresh greens, meats, and more at sweetgrownalabama.org. The crowd is coming to their feet. And, again, this special Outlive presentation going on now where people, as they come in, they're given cards, and those cards have a spot where people can write the names of those friends or loved ones who have battled or are battling cancer, and it's a moving part of this Outlive game each and every year. That's what's happening right now. We're a couple of minutes away from the national anthem, and then, of course, it'll be time for the opening tip. So we're going to take our final pregame timeout, and then the starting lineups, and then it's basketball time here. The state of Alabama, all the eyes and ears are on the Tigers and the Crimson Tide. One final pregame timeout, some words from your local stations, and then we're back with Auburn and Alabama. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. Join Coach Johnny Harris and the Auburn women's basketball staff for the Coach Jay Show. The show airs live on location from Baumhauer's Victory Grill every Monday at 6 p.m. Get the latest updates on the Tigers from Coach Jay while enjoying delicious food from Baumhauer's. The show is available locally on FM Talk 93.9 FM and anywhere else on the Auburn Game Day app. Make your plans now to join us for the Coach Jay Show at Baumhauer's Victory Grill, Mondays at 6. War Eagle.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Andy Burcham. We need you on February 22nd, Auburn University's Tiger Giving Day. Tiger Giving Day is an annual day of giving where you have an opportunity to pick projects that make a difference in people's lives, on campus, in our communities, and across the state. From providing health care in rural areas to making autism services accessible, we've got an exciting lineup of projects that need your help to meet their one-day fundraising goal. So visit tigergiving.org on February 22nd. Pick your projects and give.
Hey, I'm Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
CB&S Bank has a long history of stability and a legacy of serving our community's needs for generations. You could say we know a thing or two about tradition. We've been family, community, and financially strong since we began in 1906. Being a team player is part of our culture. That's why at CB&S Bank, we are proud supporters and huge fans of Auburn basketball. Whoa, Regal, hey! Visit cbsbank.com today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This is Auburn basketball, and these are the Yellowwood starting lineups for the Tigers.
Drives to the hole, gets a guy in the air, goes up, and makes the shot with a foul on the play. Three balls up, Jasper. Yes! Oh, zip for three!
What's up, Jasper? Senior, Augusta, Georgia, Lucy C. Laney High School.
Into the hole off the glass. Got it at the buzzer! Wendell pops a long three. Got it! Oh!
I'm going to get his autograph if he keeps playing like that.
Wendell Green Jr., Detroit, Michigan, Latimer High School.
19-footer, swish, it was a three! Flanagan, 4-3, bang! Ahead Flanagan to the hole with the left-hand hammer!
Alan Flanagan, senior, Little Rock, Arkansas, Parkview High.
Cross court, right wing, Williams, three! Got it! It's a steal! Jalen Williams on a breakaway, left-hand hammer! Jalen another three, got it!
Jalen Williams, senior, Hunter, Georgia, Brownlee County High School.
Inside the arc, put it up underneath for Broom, to the hole and in! Broom behind the defense, puts it in! Underneath, Broom with a double hand stuff!
Janot Broom, sophomore, Plant City, Florida, Tampa Catholic.
Introducing the first stain worthy of the yellow tag. From the makers of Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine comes Yellowwood Protector. After all, if it's good enough to earn that little yellow tag, then it's the perfect finish for your 5-star backyard.
Auburn 17-7 overall, 7-4 in the SEC. Bruce Pearl in his 9th season at Auburn, a record of 183 and 105. In his 28th season overall, a record of 645 and 250. Before the starters for Alabama, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Alabama, the number 3 team in the country, both in the AP and the coaches' polls. 21-3 overall, 11-0 in Southeastern Conference play. Coached by Nate Oates out of Maranatha Baptist. His record at Alabama, 82-39 in his 4th season. His 8th season, a record of 178 and 82. Mark Sears at the point. 6'1" junior from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, a transfer from Ohio. 13.9 points, 3.7 rebounds, 2.8 assists. Jaden Bradley on one wing, 6'3" freshman from Rochester, New York, 7.8 points, 2.9 rebounds. Brandon Miller on the other wing, 6'9" freshman from Antioch, Tennessee, 19 points, 8.3 rebounds a game. On the inside, Noah Clowney, a 6'10" freshman from Spartanburg, South Carolina, 10 points, 8.1 rebounds. And Charles Bediako, a 7-foot sophomore from Brampton, Ontario, 5.6 points and 5.3 rebounds a game. Sears, Bradley, Clowney, Miller, Bediako for Alabama. Green, Jasper, Flanagan, Williams, and Broom for Auburn. Today's officials, Terry Oglesby, Joe Lindsay, and Owen Short. A crew working today's ball game between Auburn and Alabama. This game a little bit late getting started. I'm guessing because of games before. Typically that's the case for TV. But that's where we are right now, Auburn and Alabama. Auburn swept the season series with the Crimson Tide last year. Alabama won the 2 games 2 years prior. And then 3 years ago, Auburn and Alabama split with each team winning on their home floor. Sonny, this Alabama team is not only very talented, but they are deep. They play well offensively. They play well defensively. It will take a supreme effort by Auburn here today.
It really will. Staying out of foul trouble should be one of the first things that we think about. If we can play this team defensively as good as we are on defense and do it without fouling, our chances will go up. I think that's one of the real keys to stay out of foul trouble.
And that is, and let's be honest, Tuesday night fouling was a problem for Auburn. Auburn was called for 37 fouls in the game. was a massive problem for Auburn in that ball game. Let me double check. I'll make sure I get that correctly. Auburn was called for 27 fouls. 27 fouls, but sent Texas A&M to the free throw line 39 times in the game. Well, and you do that today, you're in trouble because Alabama shoots almost 73% from the line.
Yeah, great from the free throw line. I tell you, if we can take one thing away, I think would really help in this game. If we can keep them from scoring baskets on the run, fast break layups, we got to take something away, and that would be one thing I think we could do.
Many folks today in their Outlive T-shirts on this Outlive Saturday. Auburn, the home white uniform, tops and bottoms today with the blue numerals and lettering in the orange trim. Alabama, the crimson tide uniforms, tops and bottoms with the white numerals and the lettering. I'll tell you one thing that bothers me about this Alabama team, just how big they are, Sonny Smith.
Oh, they're big. And they're kind of lean. That means they're quick. Big and quick bothers me more than big and heavy does.
All right. Charles Bediako into the center circle for Alabama. Janai Broome for Auburn. And the tap is controlled by Auburn. And the Tigers will go to the basket to our left. And Mark Sears in the back pocket of Wendell Green. A bounce pass to the right wing for Zep Jasper. Out to the top for Green, gets a screen. Into the key. Right side pass. Zep head fake. Step back free, Zep. He missed it. And the rebound pulled in by Noah Clowney for Alabama.
Alabama was playing man for man. We got a good look.
Jaden Bradley. Baseball pass, top of the circle for Miller. Picked up by Flanagan. Flanagan fights through a screen from Bediako. Miller to Bradley. Down the right side of the lane to the basket. He banked up, he missed it. Bediako gets the rebound and is fouled underneath by Zep Jasper.
Well, one thing's got to happen here. We can only give them one shot because they're either going to shoot the three or they're going to drive it hard to the basket. When they drive it hard, we've got to not be fouling, and we cannot give them second shots.
19-20 in the first. Alabama ball out of bounds, baseline left. 20 to shoot for the Crimson Tide. Out to the top, it's Miller. Miller against Jasper. Steps back at the three. Spins on the wing. Gets a screen from Bediako, and it's taken away. Wendell Green on a drive to the hole. Goes up, and it's knocked out of his hand, out of bounds.
What a tremendous steal by Wendell Green. Unbelievable.
Auburn out of bounds, baseline right, 27 to shoot. It will be Jalen. Nope, it will not be Jalen. It'll be Zep Jasper to trigger for Auburn.
We'll probably run a different OB play. We've been doing so good on these.
Williams. Off the right side, Jasper. Jasper picked up out on top by Clowney. Gets a screen to the free throw line. Head fake, right wing, Jalen. Drives baseline, pull up 18-footer, good!
Jalen Williams could be big in this game. If he'll be aggressive offensively, our chances will go up much better.
2-0 Tigers. Bradley against Jasper. Drives left side with a screen from Bediako. Off the left side for Clowney. Picks up the dribble inside the arc on the wing. Hands to Miller in front of the Auburn bench. Miller working on Jalen Williams. Long three, Miller didn't get it. Rebound Janai.
Great blockouts by the Tigers.
Outlet, Wendell Green across midcourt. Wendell blows past Sears. Underneath for Broome, lost it. And here's Sears the other way for Alabama. 3-on-2, Sears throws it out of bounds. A no-look pass to Bradley right into the Auburn bench.
This is what we got to stop. We got to not give them the run, and we did it that time. Both teams are playing man for man. They'll pick up all the way down, but it's kind of a thing to slow you down. It's not to steal.
It's a sticky man-to-man, too.
Oh, very good.
Sears against Wendell. Wendell gets a screen from Broome. Throws it right wing. Underneath, it is Flanagan to Broome. Outside the arc to the top. Jalen head fake at three, and he's fouled at the free throw line by Noah Clowney.
It looks like Jalen Williams is going to be more aggressive offensively. I think that's a big thing for us to do.
That's good news for Auburn. Out of bounds, baseline left, sideline left. 20 to shoot for Auburn. 17:59 in the first. 2-0 Auburn on top. Inbound Wendell Green. Top of the circle, stops. To Broome, left side of the key. Now to Jalen at the top. To Broome, down the right side of the lane. Turnaround jumper, no good. And the rebound pulled in by Brandon Miller for Alabama.
They give us that kind of look, we're going to be in good shape.
Miller to Bediako down the lane. Goes up and he missed it. Broom pulls down the rebound.
And he was fouled. No call.
Williams to Green at the top. Wendell behind the back dribble off to the left wing. Picked up by Clowney. Into the lane, down to the basket, reverse. No good, and it was blocked out of bounds by Alabama.
We get mismatches from time to time. They're big guys guarding a point guard, and we're taking them on the drive if we can just complete it.
K.D. Johnson, the junior out of Atlanta, replaces Zep Jasper in the lineup. Out of bounds, baseline left, and they'll ask K.D. to tuck in his shirt, which he obliges. Out of bounds, baseline left. Inbound Flanagan to the wing, Green. At the top, it's Broom. Left wing, Jalen. 3. Yes!
If he could have a great game, driving and standing shooting, we'd be in great shape.
5-0 Auburn. 17-10 in the first. Bradley lobs it out at the top. Ball knocked out of Bediako's hand almost to midcourt. He retrieves, and a reach-in foul on Janai. Janai vociferously disagrees.
I will tell you one thing. The screens they set are almost like pins in a wrestling match.
They're moving a lot, aren't they?
They're really knocking us down. They're letting a lot go here.
5-0 Auburn. 17:01 in the first. Alabama down the right sideline of bounds. 20 to shoot. Inbound to Clowney. Top of the circle. Picks up the dribble. Wants to get to Miller. Settles for Bradley. Left hash. 12 to shoot. Bradley goes baseline. Gets cut off near the corner. Now drives down the lane. Gets bumped. Loses the ball. Jump ball. Alabama has the arrow with 5 to shoot.
Our defense has been outstanding. We're playing man for man, straight up.
K.D. Johnson was the one that tied up Bradley there. Alabama out of bounds, baseline right, 5 to shoot for the Crimson Tide.
We've been fighting over screens instead of switching, and that's we're really taking some blows.
Dylan Cardwell into the lineup for Auburn. Inbound underneath Clowney. Gets Auburn off the feet and drives and scores.
I tell you one thing, they're letting them play. I've seen 2 knockouts and a knockdown already.
5-2 Auburn and a steal. Bediako with the steal, the drive and the dunk, and we're tied at 5.
You cannot take them for granted. They're big guys, can play defense all the way out and play it out high.
We're tied at 5, 16-19. Excuse me, 5-4 Auburn. Green, Flanagan. Outside the arc on top. Gets a screen from Cardwell. Flanagan drives, goes up for a shot. Whistle, foul. Allen will go to the line. Let me tell you what, folks. It's getting rugged on the perimeter with these screens. Cardwell set a screen and was almost tackled to the floor.
Yeah, I've seen Friday night fights in Roan Mountain. It wasn't quite this bad.
Really?
Oh, my goodness.
You told me some stories about that.
Oh, yeah.
Flanagan at the line for 2 for Auburn. Allen 77% from the line. And the first one nestles through. Averaging 11.2 points, 5.6 rebounds a game since the start of Southeastern Conference play. And he missed the second free throw.
The referees are letting them play, so we can take advantage of that until they try to clean it up.
6-4, Auburn on top. Alabama ball off the left side. A screen, a drive by Bradley, tied up by KD, and he found a way to put it in.
I tell you what, the only thing they're calling is going to be the law the way they're playing right now. Call the law.
Tied at 6 with 15:43 in the first half of play. Wendell to Cardwell outside the arc. They'll give him that shot. Dillon with a dribble, hands the ball to Green. Boy, Mark Sears.
Oh, they're really letting them play.
Wendell, straight away three. Got it!
We're getting good shots. We're setting solid screens. They're playing man for man. We're taking advantage of it.
9-6 Auburn. 2 threes already for the Tigers. Bediako at the top. Spins past Cardwell to the hole. Goes up and draws the foul on Dillon. Not a bad guy to put at the line if you're Auburn. Bediako shoots 35% from the stripe. Timeout on the floor. 15-12 remaining in the first. Auburn 9. Alabama 6 from Neville Arena. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Power for a better Alabama.
Auburn Bank celebrates Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith as color analyst on the Auburn Sports Network. This is Sonny Says.
Now they all talking over. Let's get another ball. Get one that's square. Something you can't do that. Pardon me. Folks can't see what I'm talking about. This
is radio, Sonny. Thank the Lord.
Sonny Says is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you know you're gonna get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Follow the Tigers on Twitter at AuburnMBB. Now, back to the game.
Welcome back to Neville Arena. 15-12 to go in the first half. Auburn on top 9-6. And the first half today, presented by Southern Union. Conveniently located just a few miles from Auburn, Southern Union offers classes that easily transfer to the university. Endless opportunities are right up the road.
Andy, I
Sonny?
don't believe I've seen a game that is more physical from the start and stayed that way than this game.
Well,
they are letting them play.
Yes.
I wonder if they'll make an adjustment.
And that's exactly what Brad and I said a week ago today at Tennessee. It was physical, and it was everything went in the first half. It changed a bit in the second half, but we've seen this before where the first half is a very physical half of basketball, and then it's called a little bit differently in the second half of play.
Yeah.
Listen, remains to be seen here today.
Well, unless they to keep them from fighting, they may leave it like this.
Sure.
And if they do, it'll be because of that. Both teams are really being physical. Their screens are borderline illegal. They're setting all out at the top, and they're using them every time down the court.
Auburn on top 9-6. Auburn has 3 points off second chance opportunities. Alabama has outscored Auburn in the paint 6-0.
Yeah, and it's not a straight post up. It's a run into the post or a drop in after a cut. And we've handled it pretty well, but they're going to be awfully tough with that size.
Apparently the foul going into the timeout break was against K.D. Johnson, not Dylan Cardwell. On the floor for the Tigers, Wendell Green, K.D. Johnson, Lior Berman, Chris Moore playing the 4, and Janai Broome. That's the Auburn 5. And Bediako at the line to shoot 2 for Alabama. Freshman All-SEC a year ago.
But he's not real good from there, and I hope he
No,
stays.
he is 36% from the free throw line for the 7-footer out of Brampton, Ontario. Missed the first one.
I hope he keeps not shooting free throws up there in Ontario.
He won't get a whole lot of help from the partisan Auburn crowd here today, will he?
He could change a light bulb instead of a ladder. I mean, that guy is tall.
Big dude. And he missed both. And Broome pulls down the rebound for Auburn. 9-6 Tigers, Auburn ball. Green on the wing, KD. At the top, it's Broome. Or excuse me, Moore. Right wing, Berman. Back to Moore to Janai. Wendell straight away, 3-ball. Got it!
We run that play a lot. That guy is accurate. He's very confident on that down screen coming to the top.
John Quinterly in the game at the point now for Alabama. He works with a screen from Bediako, gets it to Bediako, down to the baseline, and a jam along the baseline by Nimari Burnett.
Well, they're using the post to make passes on cuts from the baseline and sideline.
As a fine play.
Yes, it was.
12-8 Auburn. Berman on the right wing. To Janai Broome at the top, left wing KD. Low to Broome to the corner. Berman 3. Nope. Air ball, but it was pulled in by Wendell. Shot clock at 8. Wendell along the baseline, into the lane. Wendell to the wing. KD needs to shoot. Gets the shot off. Didn't draw iron. And it is Alabama basketball. Wendell kept the ball too long when he got the rebound.
They'll be putting cast on people at halftime. Everybody's getting beat up so bad.
Bediako is out for the Crimson Tide. And Noah Gurley, a 6'8 grad student, a transfer from Furman, is at the low post for the Crimson Tide. Auburn by 4, 12-8. Quinterly, left sideline. Working on Wendell. Cut off, gets it to the wing. Clowney to Gurley at the point. Gurley to the right wing. To Burnett, goes baseline. Pushes off of KD. Pulls it out onto the wing. Top of the circle, Gurley. Tried to drive on Broom. Cut off. Bounce pass. 4 to shoot. Miller. 3 ball. Right wing. It was blocked. Rebounded. And a shot clock violation. Broom blocked Miller on the perimeter.
Our defense right now is outstanding. Great pressure on the ball, good help side, fighting over screens, doing everything good.
Folks are into it a little bit, aren't they, right now? 12-20 or 13-25 in the first. KD just blows by his man. Burnett goes up for the shot and gets fouled.
My goodness.
It'll be a foul on Nimari Burnett, a sophomore out of Chicago. He transferred from Texas Tech. The McDonald's All-American while he played high school basketball in the Windy City.
Well,
a medical redshirt last season.
If he's at Texas Tech, he left there being a defender because everybody that plays there is.
KD Johnson at the line, 4-2 for the Tigers. Auburn up 12-8 with 13:21 to go in the first. First free throw good. Auburn basketball brought to you in part by Ford. Check out the Ford F-150 at your local Ford dealer. F-150, official truck of the Auburn Tigers. Jalen Williams in, Chris Moore comes out.
The one thing that I've noticed is the physicality that they're playing KD Johnson with. They are really beating him up. If they put him on this line and he's hitting like that, they're going to be in trouble.
Trey Donaldson, by the way, replaces Wendell Green at the point. Free throw is up. It's good by KD.
Right now, we're not pressing. We may press to slow down, but we're backing off.
Ryland Griffin out at the point. Now to Quinterly, picked up by Trey. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass down the lane. Gurley against Broom. Fade away. It didn't go. Broom clears the rebound. Outlet Donaldson up the floor in a hurry. Across midcourt, flares out to the right sideline. Now brings it to the point. He's picked up by Miller. 2 really good freshmen going at each other right there. Donaldson to Broom at the point against Gurley. To Donaldson on the wing. To KD Johnson. Between 2 men to the free throw line. 19-footer. Got it.
We're hotter than a firecracker, and I'm loving it.
16-8 Auburn. 12:37 in the first half of play. Auburn 5 of 9 from the field. Clowney through the key. Picks up the dribble. Hands the ball to Griffin on the wing. Penetrates and dunks it.
They're leaving the middle wide open. The post player has just become a passer and a screener. That's all he's doing.
16-10 Tigers. Donaldson, right wing, Jalen inside the arc. Back to Donaldson on the right wing. Now brings it out to the top with 18 to shoot. Tigers lead 16-10. 12:08 in the first. KD on a curl at the top with a screen from Broom. Into the lane to the hole. Hangs and gets fouled by Clowney, I believe. And KD goes back to the line for 2 more.
KD fell out the whole team with the way they're letting him go play right now. He gets in there in that lane and gets fouled.
If that is Clowney, it's his second.
Well, I'll be glad to see him
and it
vacate
is.
the building. He's their best defensive rebounder, and he's also good. He's also good at passing the ball out of the post. They're using their post players as passers.
KD a bit disheveled, again asked to tidy up a bit and put the shirt in. And now he gets a couple free throws. And he got it. 5 points off the bench for KD. He looks like he's having some fun out there right now.
He is. Alabama not having much fun. Let's keep them being unhappy.
17-10 Auburn. 18-10 Auburn. We're under 12 minutes in the first. Griffin picked up by Berman. Picks up the dribble. High post pass, Bediako. Bediako wide open in the corner, 3 ball. It's wide open, and it's knocked home by Burnett.
KD was looking to steal a pass and left his man. He shouldn't do that.
Burnett couldn't have been more wide. He was open by 20 feet. 18-13 Auburn. Williams, Broom at the top. Berman with a screen, head fake at 3. Gets the ball to Berman. Spins on Bediako with the left hand, no.
Ooh, look good though.
Bediako gets the rebound, knocked away. KD has it. He lost it. Ball still loose. It's Broom on the floor.
KD
and a timeout called by Broom, Auburn ball.
KD was fouled badly on that play.
11:18 to go, first half of play. Timeout on the floor. Auburn 18, Alabama 13. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
AuburnTigers.com is the official website of Auburn Athletics. Read the latest feature stories on your favorite Tiger teams. Get critical game day info, search videos and audio. Find how to get connected through social and digital media or by joining Tigers Unlimited. Shop the AU Photo Store or just find the next event on the athletic calendar. Plus, all athletics broadcasts are streamed free at AuburnTigers.com/watch. AuburnTigers.com, the official online home of Auburn Athletics.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility, but it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Brad Law back at Auburn's Nettle Arena as we check the Yellowwood scoreboard, brought to you by Great Southern Wood, makers of Yellowwood pressure-treated pine. For the second time this year, Kentucky has suffered back-to-back losses. Georgia knocks off the Cats today at Stegman Coliseum, 75-68. They controlled the first half. Kentucky went on a big run to start the second, but the Bulldogs were able to regain the reins and take the victory in Athens today. Georgia now 5-7 in SEC play, and Kentucky slips to 7-5. That's important because Auburn started the day in a tie for fourth in the SEC with Kentucky. Cats fall. Auburn now with the lead. Also in the SEC, South Carolina and Ole Miss going back and forth in Oxford. Rebels lead the Gamecocks 53-50. Ole Miss looking for back-to-back SEC wins. Send it back now to Andy Burcham and Sonny Smith. Guys, in the timeout, the officials went to the monitor. They wanted to check the shot clock. It was at 27 going to the break. They've set it at 19 coming out of this timeout. So Auburn will have the ball with 19 seconds to shoot.
Here's something that needs to change for Auburn. The Tigers have been outscored in the paint 10-0, Sonny Smith.
Well, they're leaving the middle wide open and running people in there. It's very difficult to say we're not guarding the post because all the post play is coming from a high post pass into people cutting. So we'll work that out, I think, because we've been denying a lot on the wings, and that's making cutters open on back cuts.
On the other hand, Auburn has opened the game shooting well from 3.
Yes.
The Tigers are 3 of 5. Alabama 1 of 2. I guarantee you, Alabama's we will see an increased three-point barrage for Alabama before this day's over.
If you can't get it off, you can't shoot it. Right now, we're all over them. We're taking away that three-point shot, and they're running everything through the post player, and he's playing up high. And when they do that, we're early. We got knocks away steals, but now we got to guard those cutters and those passes for threes.
On the other hand, Auburn is not getting the ball to the rim unless it is being fouled.
Oh,
so as a result, 5 of Auburn's 10 makes right now.
They could foul out a prison team here.
Half of Auburn's shots are threes right now.
Yeah, they're letting them play. And it's equal on both sides. It really is.
Donaldson, Jasper, Flanagan, Broom, and Jalen Williams, the Auburn 5. Donaldson down the left sideline. 19 to shoot for Auburn. Inbound Broom against Bediako. To Flanagan on a curl down the lane. To the basket. Goes up, he didn't get it. Broom rebounds and scores.
Second shot wins games. And that was a great example.
5 rebounds already for Johni Broom. 20 to 13 Auburn. Alabama ball, Bediako at the top. Spins on Broom, who stays with it. Bediako backs it up. Picks up the dribble, knocked out of his hand twice by Broom. To the top for Brandon Miller against Jalen Williams. Now Broom in the switch. Miller against Broom. Into the corner, 3-ball, short, long, rebound Alabama. Burnett, 3-ball, left side, Griffin.
Oh my goodness. Shot from a parking lot. I bet he hadn't been working on that thing.
20 to 16 Auburn, 10:25 in the first. Johni Broom early on, a couple points, but 5 rebounds for the Tigers. Donaldson, 2. Allen Flanagan. It's a screen off of Burnett. Allen, 3-ball at the top, long. Rebound Alabama.
That was not a good shot. Too early in the shot clock to take a bad shot like that.
At the wing, Sears. Bumped pretty hard by Jasper. Drives on Jasper. Down to the baseline. Picks up the dribble. Out to the top for Miller. 15 to shoot. Miller against Jalen Williams. There's a screen. Miller to the baseline. Stripped out of his hand by Jasper and out of bounds.
He's being defended the best that I've seen him be defended this year. Let's keep it up.
Wendell Green in to trade Donaldson out. Burnett comes out for Alabama, and Jaden Bradley is back in. Nice stretch for Burnett coming off the bench with 5 points. Here's Dylan Cardwell in replacing Broom.
Nice stretch of our defense. Our defense has been outstanding against a great offensive team.
Into the corner, the inbound pass. Griffin out to the top for Bradley. Shot clock at 2, Bradley at 3, it's short. Rebound underneath and a foul. It's going to go against Alabama, I believe.
Well, it should be.
Or was it a shot clock violation?
It's called a body slam. Was that a shot clock?
I guess it was shot clock. There was no foul in the play.
Well, there was, but they ain't calling much of that stuff. No fouls tonight.
20 to 16 Auburn, 9:28 in the first. Flanagan to the top, Dylan Cardwell. Back to the wing, Flanagan. Low post. Jalen Williams goes up, but he was fouled behind, or from behind by Miller. I believe it will be on the pass, and Auburn will have it out of bounds.
The only way you're going to get a shot against Alabama is get your hands above your waist, because they're holding everybody on the court.
Out of bounds, baseline right. Jalen Williams will trigger. Bradley asked to tuck in his jersey. Williams, the inbound. On the wing, Cardwell. Williams in the corner. Now to the right wing, 17 to shoot. To Wendell Green, penetrates. Inside the arc, backs it up now. 11 to shoot for the Tigers. Wendell gets a screen from Cardwell. Straight away 3. Nope. Off the side of the iron, rebounded by Griffin. Griffin, top of the circle. Off the left wing. Hands the ball there to Jaden Bradley. Bradley against Jasper to the free throw line, and a whistle and a foul. That's a terrible angle on the foul call there. It was from the baseline, and he didn't have an angle on the call.
Well, not only was it a bad angle, but he missed it also. That was not a foul. There's more ball involved in that than there was arm.
Jalen Williams called for his first. Alabama out of bounds, baseline left. Bradley will trigger. Still looking into the corner. Miller inside the arc against Flanagan. Bumps him twice, hooked him. Goes up for the shot, and they're going to give him the basket. He hooked him to get the shot.
He did that.
Good gosh.
Yep, they're not calling much out there, folks.
They're calling enough.
Enough to hurt us, aren't they?
20 to 18. Watch the hook. Yeah, he got the hook and got a step on Flanagan. Flanagan was called for the foul and an and one opportunity.
if you're going to let that kind of foul go, you shouldn't call a cheap foul after the screen's done.
Miller makes the free throw. He's very good from the line at 82%.
Oh,
Three-point play cuts the lead to 1. 20-19 the score. Auburn up by 1. 8:36 in the first. Wendell gets a screen. Free throw line, lobs it. Oh, Cardwell with a two-hand hammer.
That's a design play.
And that's our Sun-South drive of the game. Sun-South John Deere, preferred tractor of the Tigers. There's a steal. Williams ahead for Wendell. Wendell in the corner 3, ball that was blocked and saved, but out of bounds. Let me go back to the alley-oop. Our Sun-South drive of the game. Sun-South John Deere, preferred tractor of the Tigers. Find your local dealer at sunsouth.com. Auburn out of bounds, baseline left. Tigers up 22-19.
Our defense is outstanding right now. Outstanding.
Inbound Flanagan. Top of the circle, Dylan Cardwell. Back to the left wing, Chris Moore. From the corner, missed the 3. Rebound to Cardwell. Pulls it out of the air to Wendell at the top. Wendell drives, kicks it to the corner. Moore penetrates to the basket. Gets knocked down in a travel. How about a trick? Timeout on the floor. 8 minutes to go in the first. Auburn 22, Alabama 19. Auburn basketball continues in a moment. He got
choosing Whataburger. What can I get started for you?
At Whataburger, each meal is made to order, so you can always get exactly what you crave. If that's a Whataburger, what a meal, you got it. But if you're in the mood for something a little more you, like a Whataburger with grilled onions, crispy bacon, and creamy pepper sauce, go for it. March to the beat of your own drum. Bite into the beef of your own Whataburger creation. Whataburger, just like you like it.
We've all fallen into boring routines. We just keep doing what has to get done. Isn't it time to escape the old routine and make time for yourself? Make time to go out with old friends. Make time to add excitement back into your life. Make time to feel like a winner again. Life is more fun when you live it. So what are you waiting for? Escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at AU Sports Network. Now back to more Auburn basketball.
22-19 Auburn on top. 8 minutes to go in the first half of play at Neville Arena. Auburn basketball brought to you by East Alabama Health. With more than 70 new positions added in the past 4 years, they're growing their healthcare team to meet the growing needs of Auburn, Opelika, and the surrounding area. Auburn has missed its last 4 three-point attempts.
Yep.
And Alabama's starting to heat up offensively. Have cut the lead to as little as 1. Right now it's at 3. We went to the timeout break when a travel was called on Chris Moore. You look at the replay, he was clearly tripped in the lane.
We're rebounding the ball solidly, Andy. That's something that's got to keep up.
This is something I'm sure you never saw in Roan Mountain.
No.
Cows falling from the sky right now.
Cows?
Chick-fil-A cows falling literally from the sky at Neville Arena.
It'd have been a fifth of bootleg liquor if it had been Roan Mountain be falling out of the sky.
No question. Moonshine would have been involved.
Everybody been running over it trying to get one. Hey, I need a Chick-fil-A myself.
I'm hear you.
The officials are calling this game. They made up their mind they're going to let them play. Until it gets out of hand, I assume they're going to keep this up. We're going to be mad, but they are letting it go on both sides.
Alabama now 8 of 13 from the field at 61.5%. Auburn has cooled off to 41% shooting. The Tigers have out-rebounded Alabama 10-7, And that includes 6 offensive rebounds for Auburn.
Yeah. Well, you can't shoot the ball if you can't get your hands above your hips. Alabama's holding on every play. And the one thing that they're really getting away with is solid screens out at the top. They will not let that guy go at all.
Burnett, Bediako, Miller, Sears, and Javon Quinterly, the 5 for Alabama. Zepp, Wendell, Allen, Dillon, and Chris for Auburn. At the top, Bediako to Quinterly on the right wing. Quinterly picks up the dribble, hits Burnett. To Quinterly on the right wing again. Alabama trails by 3. Bradley inside the arc all the way to the lane, and he laid it in. Easy play.
Well, they're spreading the floor, using the post player out high as a screener, and he's setting solid screens, and we're doing a good job, but they're working those screens heavy.
Javon Quinterly cuts the lead to 1. Auburn ball. Cardwell hands to Wendell in the key. Down the lane. Lobs it for Dillon underneath. Loses the basketball out of bounds.
Dillon's going to be open quite a bit, and he's got to take advantage of it, becoming a threat offensively. He's looking to pass, and he's passing up some chances to score layups.
7:18 in the first. Auburn on top by 1. Alabama ball. Quinterly, high post pass, Bediako. Hands the ball to Miller. He walked and got away with it. Big time.
One more walk and he'll have a half a mile.
Drives to the hole, lays it up, and scores. He walked twice.
And pushed off to shoot the shot.
Goodness gracious. 23-22 Alabama. 6:53 in the first half of play. Cardwell to Wendell. Now to Flanagan down the right side of the lane to the free throw line from 15. Nobody's fouled. I think Quinterly will get called for the foul, and Allen will go to the line for 2.
I think Allen can draw fouls on these people because he makes adjustments in the air when he goes up, and it's very difficult to block. Pushed off.
We see the replay of Miller walking and then pushing off, neither of which were called.
No.
Flanagan at the line for 2 for Auburn.
No, it's knockdown drag-out time here in this game.
Allen's free throw rattles in.
I like the fact that they're being consistent, though.
Jalen Williams checks in for Chris Moore. Jasper and Cardwell are out as well, as Broom returns to the Auburn lineup. And K.D. Johnson.
You'd think we're watching Friday night fights on some of this already. Boy, I tell you, they're letting it go.
Flanagan, nothing but net on that second free throw. Auburn back up by 1, 24-23. Quinterly, left sideline, near the Auburn bench. Bounce pass to Bediako at the top. Now to Miller. Miller lobs it for Bediako in the dunk.
Yeah, now we were helping out with a post player. That's the reason they get those screens up high to get you up there and to get them out, and then they get it down to somebody for a rebound.
4 points for Bediako. Alabama by 1, 25-24. 6:14 in the first half. Auburn ball. Broom between the rings. Off the left wing, Jalen. Jalen picked up by Sears. Crossover, backs it up. 10 to shoot. Now crossover again, and Sears hits him with the shoulder.
And that's something. Jalen Williams is being more aggressive off the dribble, which would get him a lot more shots, and that's helping us. 7th
foul against Alabama, so Auburn at the line. The Tigers have been called for 5 fouls in the first half. And Jalen at the line, a 1 and bonus. 73% this season, averaging 10.5 points on the year, 10.4 points in SEC play. Free throw is good.
We're taking their physicality and using it as an advantage. We're taking shots and making them guard us on the dribble, and they're fouling us before we can even get the hands above the waist.
98th game in Jalen Williams' career, and he misses the free throw. Tied at 25. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Alabama ball. Quinterly gets a screen. Drives on Broom through the lane. Loops back in. Tried to get it underneath. And a whistle and a foul on Bediako after the steal by K.D. Johnson. You know what happened, don't you?
Yes.
Quinterly got into the air, thought he was going to have a shot, and he didn't. And then he threw it away, and K.D. had the steal and was fouled by Charles Bediako.
And you got to love our defense. We're putting great pressure on the ball. We're defending the fades out of the corner that they're making right now. And I think their defense is just better than theirs if we can get some shots down.
1 in bonus for KD. It's good.
This is KD's type of game.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's his type of game.
Bediako comes out. And Nick Pringle is in, the junior out of Seabrook, South Carolina. The top junior college power forward coming out of Dodge City Community College. KD knocks down both. Auburn by 2, 27-25. Alabama has hit its last 5 field goals. Auburn didn't have a field goal in almost 3 minutes. Drive to the hole, Burnett, Pringle, up and in. They've hit their last 6 field goals.
We might have been in a zone then because they were waving people that were out of the zone into the zone, so I think they were playing we were playing a zone.
27 apiece, Auburn basketball. Wendell works at the point against Sears. Drives against Sears, into the lane, fadeaway against Sears. It didn't go, rebound Broom, and he pushed.
Yeah, they might got, yep, they got him, that's it.
That's the second foul on Janai.
I thought they might have got Broom because he was pushing a little bit. But that was one you didn't call.
And he will come out. Cardwell is back in at the post for Auburn. Broom sits down with 2 points, 5 rebounds. He got tied up underneath. It looked like incidental contact, quite frankly, on the replay against Pringle. Quinterly to the top. Burnett for 3. Didn't get it. Long rebound. Miller lost it. Out of bounds, Auburn ball.
We're blocking out good. We're keeping them off the boards good. We got to keep that up because they're really challenging offensive rebounds. They're running to the board.
Tied at 27, 4:45 in the first. Auburn ball, Green, right sideline, Flanagan. At the top, it's Cardwell. Left wing, KD against Quinterly. Goes baseline, spins in the air. Right wing 3, Jalen. Yes!
Great pass by KD Johnson, a drive into the lane. Drew the defense, made a great kick for a three-pointer.
9 points. The lead all scorers for Jalen Williams. Auburn by 3. 4.5 to go in half number 1. Sears drives and a foul. It's going to be a block, I think, on KD.
Yeah, the hesitation dribble got KD off balance, and it did foul him on the play.
And Alabama back at the stripe now for a 1 in bonus with 4:26 in the first. Sears, a junior. He's originally from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Transferred in from Ohio University.
Yeah.
He has been a terrific addition to this Alabama team. Free throw is good.
One thing I've noticed now, I think they're locking down a little bit more. The referees are right now. So we're going to have to adjust to this change because I think they were thinking it was getting too physical, and it was.
Sears was a first-team All-MAC selection a year ago for the Bobcats. And he knocks on both free throws. Cuts Auburn's lead to 1, 30-29, 4:23 on a counting clock in the first half. Green, bounce pass, KD on the wing. Drives, step back, now drives down the lane to the hole, goes up, it was knocked out of his hands. Here's Alabama the other way, and a steal by Jalen, and he's fouled at midcourt.
Ooh, we had a layup.
Auburn was gonna get a breakaway layup. And let's see if that's an intentional foul. Because Auburn was going to get a layup. And they're going to look at it, I think.
I think, yeah,
they're going to take a look.
Well, we're looking here at an intentional foul to stop a basket. Is that correct?
Okay. Kind of a high foul, too. It got him up around the shoulders, across the chest. Yeah, I don't know if they'll call this or not. At the very least, Jalen's at the line shooting a 1 in bonus.
Well, you could knock them down, stomp on their throat a few minutes ago, but now I think they're trying to get control of something.
That was the second foul on Sears, and that's not inconsequential.
Boy, I tell you, they got to have him, and I totally agree with that.
And I'll tell you what, it wasn't Sears that had the foul. That was Burnett that reached in and got him.
Yeah.
Unless Sears grabbed him, or they both fouled him.
I think it was a grab after that foul. That's what I thought.
They may change who the foul's against here as well. Tell you what, we need to get to break. We'll talk about it during the break and after. 4:08 in the first, Auburn 30, Alabama 29. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Live Sports Radio, bringing you inside Neville Arena for all the action of men's and women's basketball game day with no delay. Every dunk, block shot, and steal, plus all the analysis from our Hall of Fame coaches, all with no delay. $25 new or $10 to reprogram the one you already have. Also, use it for every broadcast of home baseball and softball games this spring, all with no delay. With Live Sports Radio, presented by Alpha Insurance.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Do you want to know the secret to making a Whataburger? The secret is, there is no secret. It's simple. We make every Whataburger hot, fresh, and made to order with our never frozen 100% American beef patties, crisp, juicy veggies, fresh toasted buns, and most importantly, we don't start cooking until after you order. Now, if you want to know an actual secret, I put grilled jalapenos on my Whataburger. Whataburger, just like you like it.
Brad Law back at Neville Arena. Coming up on the Conecuh Sausage halftime show, we've got scores from across the SEC in the top 25. There have been some blowouts today in the top 25. Not that anybody outside the state of Alabama would care with this game going on, but we'll update them anyway. Plus, it's a crazy busy weekend of Auburn athletics. Lots of competition, including a few that are underway even right now. We will update a busy weekend across the Plains. And then we'll give you the pertinent stats from the first 20 minutes of basketball. As it is right now, Auburn leads Alabama 30-29, 4:07 to go until the Conecuh Sausage halftime show. Let's get it back to the voice of the Tigers and the Hall of Fame coach Andy Burcham and Sonny Smith. And guys, during that break, they came over and the officials looked at the monitor. They came over to explain to the TV folks, and I managed to eavesdrop a little bit. It's going to stay a common foul, but it is not a foul on Sears. They do get Burnett, as you mentioned, Andy, on that foul. That was a great pickup.
He gave him a chop right across the chest there.
You've demonstrated that on me 5 times now, and each time it has been significantly harder. I think you enjoy it a little too much.
Yeah,
perhaps.
You better than me, too.
That's true. I didn't turn to my right, did I?
Yeah, if you turned to your right, I'd be knocked out on that last blow you drilled.
Jalen Williams gets a 1 in bonus here. That was the 9th foul against Alabama.
All right.
4:08 in the first half, Auburn by a point. Jalen looking to get into double figures here in this first half. There it is. The 34th double-digit scoring game of Jalen Williams' 99-game career.
Well, I'll say this, and I want to wait till after the free throw and say it, but it is really true.
And he knocks on both free throws.
My statement would be, I love to see Jalen Williams get fouled. I feel like we're going to get 2.
32-29 Auburn. 4 minutes in the first. Mark Sears, left wing. At the top is Brandon Miller. Miller, long 3, short. Rebound, KD on the break with Jalen Williams. KD, Williams, head fake at 3. Pops the 3. Nails the 3. 35-29, Jalen Williams. Have yourself a half of basketball.
Boy,
14 in the first half for Jalen. Bradley right wing. Miller 3-ball. No. Weak side rebound, KD Johnson. Auburn leads it by 6. KD left wing. Flanagan for 3. Short. Rebound, Jalen Williams saves it out to the top. Nope, Jalen was out of bounds. Doggone it. Boy, if Flanagan's ball would have fallen, watch out.
Oh, they'd been going right over the top of me out on that floor.
Without any regard.
And you would have been hitting me with those blows you've been doing already. Hey, you fouled out twice already.
I fouled out in a timeout.
You did. You really did.
35-29 Auburn, Alabama ball. Griffin Pringle into the right corner for Bradley. Bradley to the wing, hands to Miller there. Out to the top for Bradley. 13 to shoot. Drives up and under, and he got it. Nicely
that's
played.
That's a great drive. They keep the middle open for the drives, and they're good at it.
Auburn's lead trimmed to 4, 35-31, 2:42 in the first half. Wendell working straight away against Mark Sears. Hands the ball to Jalen. Another three. This one's long. Rebound Pringle for Alabama. They've got a break. Ahead Sears to Miller. Miller to the wing for Sears and a three. It's good.
We do not want to get them running. They're better on the run than they are anything else.
Trims the lead to 1, 35-34.
Now they're pressing a little bit, and this to be a little bit more aggressive press right now.
Wendell Green will work against Sears, who now backs up. As Wendell gets across midcourt with 2:04 in the first. Auburn's lead trimmed to 1. Wendell gets a screen from Cardwell. Spins at the free throw line down the lane. Try to wrap around to Cardwell. It's knocked out of bounds by Alabama with 13 to shoot.
Well, that was there until he got up in the air, gave them time to get the help side in there.
20 on the shot clock for Auburn. Jalen will trigger baseline left. Flanagan near the corner. Free thrower out at the top. It's Cardwell. To KD, 15 to shoot. KD uses the screen from Cardwell. Down the lane, lobs it up there. It didn't go.
So we had one.
Rebound Miller for Alabama. Down one, Alabama ball. Miller, top of the circle, drives on Cardwell and falls down traveling. Auburn basketball.
All right. Great defense for the Tigers. It really is. Tremendous defense. Now their pressing looks like maybe this one is a more aggressive type press.
Here comes Bediako back into the game, replacing Pringle on the low post. (35-34) Auburn, a minute 31 in the first. Wendell across midcourt, left-hand dribble. Drives on the wing, gets a screen from Cardwell, loops into the key. Backs up on the right-hand dribble. Green, bounce pass, Flanagan. 12 to shoot. Allen, 2 crossovers, spins to the lane. Up with the left hand, it didn't go.
Woo,
Cardwell rebounds. Out to the wing. Top of the circle, it's Green. 17 to shoot, Auburn. Green to the basket. Up and under, no. Rebound, Alabama. And here's Sears on a 3-on-1. Sears to the basket. Miller dunks it and gets fouled by Flanagan.
That's where they are the best. We should have been shooting on the other end.
Flanagan called for the foul. No question of the foul there. And Miller at the line with a chance for a three-point play. Alabama by 1, 36-35. 54 and 8/10 seconds to go in the first half. Free throw is good.
Alabama's
by
going
2.
to the free throw line a little bit more than I thought they would the way they started calling the game early.
Down to 2, Auburn ball, 48 seconds in the first. Flanagan at the top, Williams. Left wing for KD. Williams, Cardwell. One dribble now to Wendell. On a curl. Wendell up from 15, yes! Auburn begging for a foul and not getting it. We're tied at 37. 29 seconds in the first half. Alabama calls a timeout. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network.
I wanted to say something, but
not seen the replay of Wendell's shot. It was an awkward-looking shot. There have been several awkward-looking shots in this ball game.
well, if you can get your hands above your waist, you're shooting a good shot now. Both teams are really putting the defense on each other. Very physical game.
The game clock and the shot clock are 4 and 4/10 seconds apart. Shot clock at 24, game clock at 24 or 28.4. during the break. Both teams' top assistant coaches bending the ear of an official.
Well, what's bad about that is the official walks over there before it all starts. If he kind of stay away from the huddles, he wouldn't have that kind of problem. But we got it.
Alabama ball with 24 to shoot. Game clock and shot clock are about 4 and 8/10 seconds apart.
I'd say Miller, they're going to try to get the shot for Miller, and they'll knock everybody down with illegal screens.
Griffin will trigger left sideline in front of the Auburn bench. To Bediako, the 7-footer from Brampton, Ontario, and he hands to Sears in the center circle. Shot clock at 16. Now it's Javon Quinterly against Wendell Green, and they clear it out for Quinterly.
Yeah, they got everybody on the baseline. 1-4.
6 to shoot for Quinterly. 4 to shoot for Quinterly. Left wing Miller, NBA 3. No. Rebound Auburn. KD Johnson behind midcourt. Oh, and it almost went. And the half ends as it started. We're all tied up. Auburn and Alabama tied at 37 at Neville Arena.
What a half of basketball.
Yes, it was, Sonny Smith. Yes, it was. At the half, Auburn 37, Alabama 37. Time now for the Conecuh Sausage halftime report. Here's Brad Law.
Are you not entertained? 20 minutes of basketball, and Auburn made more threes, Auburn rebounded better, and Auburn forced more turnovers in that first 20 minutes of basketball. Alabama hit more shots than Auburn and shot a higher field goal percentage, as you would expect the top field goal shooting team in the SEC to do. But with 20 minutes to go, it's tied at 37. Let's get into the Conecuh Sausage halftime show. The Conecuh Sausage Company is proud to be the official smoked sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Make Conecuh Sausage a part of your game day and family traditions. SEC scores. This is the only other game that's in progress right now. In a half hour in Gainesville, Florida and Vanderbilt get underway, and then still later, Mississippi State's at Arkansas, Missouri is at Tennessee, Texas A&M is at LSU. Earlier today, South Carolina picked up its second SEC win. The Gamecocks went into Oxford, knocked off Ole Miss 64-61, and Georgia upended Kentucky 75-68. Cario Quindo with 21 points to lead Georgia past the Wildcats. So Georgia now 5-7. Kentucky falls to 7-5. Cats suffer back-to-back losses for just the second time this season. Alabama and South Carolina, the last teams to hand Kentucky back-to-back losses this year. Let's look at the Yellowwood scoreboard. Top 25 action outside the SEC. In the Big East, it's ranked on ranked. Number 23 Creighton hosting number 21 UConn. The Jays lead the Huskies 31-29 at that break. They've also reached the break in Champaign in Big Ten action, where number 24 Rutgers leads Illinois 34-30. Final scores today in the top 25, and there were some big final margins. Number 5 Texas just manhandled West Virginia in Austin at the Moody Center, 94-60. The final as the Longhorns get their 20th win of the season. They're showing Dylan Cardwell's grandfather, who is a cancer survivor, on the big screen right now in one of the standing room only areas. Folks, I think we see where Dylan gets some of his personality. That's outstanding. He's putting on a dancing display here at Neville Arena today. That's great. All right, back to the Yellowwood scoreboard. Oh, by the way, number 10 Marquette won at Georgetown today, 89-75. St. John's upended number 20 Providence, 73-68. Number 22 NC State went into Boston College and won by 30, 92-62. And 9th-ranked Kansas picked up a road win at Oklahoma, 78-55. Once again, our score at the half, it's tied. Auburn 37, Alabama 37. Take a look around Auburn athletics as we come back to Neville Arena. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
From Auburn to Corvallis to Omaha, the Tigers are going to the College World Series.
February 17th, the Tigers return to the Diamond.
Comes where? He makes the catch going to his knees.
Bases clearing double by Cole Foster.
This is your home for Auburn baseball.
That one sails into the night and over the wall.
He struck him out swinging. A complete game victory for Joseph Gonzalez.
The Auburn Sports Network.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage in their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
We've all been caught up in the little chores that pile up every day. The dishes in the sink, the trash that needs taking out, the pesky check engine light. Isn't it time to make a change and escape to a whole new world of possibilities? Where there's dinner without dishes, nights filled with adventure, and every day you feel like a winner. A little change can go a long way when you escape every day at Wind Creek Casino and WindCreekCasino.com.
Welcome back to Neville Arena. You're listening to the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show. Auburn and third-ranked Alabama tied at 37 at the intermission. We'll give you the stats coming up in the next segment. Right now, we'll take a look around Auburn athletics and what was a busy weekend here at Neville Arena. Actually started Thursday night when women's basketball hosted and fell to top-ranked South Carolina. Last night, a top 10 gymnastics matchup here in the building. Number 5 Auburn able to prevail over number 9 LSU. The Tigers put together a team score of 197 3/4. That topped LSU's 197 1/2. Suni Lee, another perfect 10, this time on the bars. Just a spellbinding routine on the bars. And of course the Tigers finished it with their floor exercises and dazzled another sellout crowd. Tremendous environment here last night at Neville Arena as the Auburn gymnastics team scored very well and beat number 9 Ole Miss. Next chance to see the gymnastics team in action is the 24th, so 2 weeks from last night when Georgia is here at Neville Arena. Gymnastics is in action again next Sunday. So 8 days from today, they will compete at Missouri. By the way, only 2 more times to see Jeff Graba and company here at home. Darian Goborn, Suni Lee, and the rest of the crew. Last chance to see them at Neville Arena will be March 10th, which is a Friday. That will be the regular season finale before SEC championships. Softball opened its season this weekend at the NFCA Leadoff Classic in Clearwater, Florida. Mickey Dean's club actually playing right now against Indiana and leading Indiana 1-0. They're in the top of the 4th inning there. They fell earlier today to Pittsburgh 8-7. Did the Tigers. A valiant comeback effort. They fell behind big early, came all the way back, got within a run, but could not come all the way back. They're 3-1 on the season after shutting out both St. John's and Fordham to open the season down in Clearwater yesterday. So a 2-1 record and a lead over Indiana in the top of the 4th inning. Tomorrow they'll close out the Leadoff Classic with a matchup against Illinois. All of those games are broadcast, by the way, and you can hear them on the Auburn Game Day app, or you can hear them in the Auburn area on 95.9 Tiger 95.9 FM. Women's tennis is competing in Seattle this weekend at the ITA Indoor Championships. The Tigers fell to Ohio State yesterday to open the ITA Indoor Championships, and today defeated San Diego 4-3. Women's basketball visits Tuscaloosa tomorrow. Tip time is 4 p.m. Coverage at 3:45 Central on FM Talk 93.9 in Auburn and everywhere else on the Auburn Game Day app. And with baseball starting next weekend, softball now underway, men's and women's basketball, you're going to want that Game Day app if you don't have it yet. You can listen to all of those broadcasts throughout the year. Here at the half, our score, Auburn and Alabama all knotted up at 37. Pertinent stats from the first 20 minutes are next when the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show continues in a moment.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true Southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year of the Sessions family, making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
In 1925, Modelo began brewing beer for those who believe in better. A model beer, steeped in the tradition of tireless effort. A rich Pilsner-style lager for those who wear their heart and heritage on their rolled-up sleeve. Since our first batch to every bottle raised today, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from. It matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed for those with a fighting spirit. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
We just can't help you with the F's in sports. Regions helps you embrace the infinite life.
Member FDIC.
This is Auburn head coach and proud Ford F-150 owner, Bruce Pearl. The thing I hear most when people get in the cab of my F-150 is, this truck is huge. Well, I drive around some pretty big players, and when I get a 7-footer in the back seat and he's able to spread out, he's just blown away at how roomy and comfortable this truck is. So visit your local Ford dealer and check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Auburn Tigers.
Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
Thank you very much, Coach Pearl. We're back at Neville Arena. Auburn and Alabama are tied at 37, and this is the Conecuh Sausage halftime show. Look at the stats from the first half. Auburn made more threes, shot a better three-point percentage, out-rebounded Alabama, and forced more turnovers than the Crimson Tide. That's where Auburn had the advantage. They also had the advantage on second chance points and points off turnovers. Alabama, the number one team in field goal percentage in the SEC, and they shot extremely well. They were torrid from the field, 62.5%, 15 of 24. Crimson Tide only made 3 of their 9 triple tries, though, which means they were 80% from inside the three-point line, because they got 9 layups or dunks. 9 layups or dunks in the first half of play. So 15 of 24 shooting for Alabama, 3 of 9 from 3, and 4 of 6 at the free throw line. Auburn did have a decided advantage at the foul line as they drove the ball with aggressiveness that we haven't seen in a while out of this team. That was part of the game plan today, evidently, and Alabama committed fouls, and Auburn got to the line. Tigers shot 10 of 27, just 37%, but Auburn made 5 of 13 threes for 38%, and 12 of 14 at the free throw line. So when the Tigers got there, they capitalized. Auburn out-rebounded Alabama 15-13, including 7 offensive boards for the orange and blue, and 6 of Auburn's 10 field goals were assisted baskets. 8 of Alabama's 15 were assisted baskets. Points in the paint, big edge to the visitors from Tuscaloosa, 24-6. Points off turnovers, Auburn 8-6, as the Tigers forced 8 turnovers and only gave it away 5 times themselves. A look at some of the individual numbers. Alabama was led in scoring by Brandon Miller. 9 different guys in red scored. He had 8 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, but he also led Alabama with 2 turnovers in the first half. Charles Bediako was their leading rebounder with 3. Auburn was led by Jalen Williams, 14 points on 3 of 4 from 3. He was 4 of 5 from the floor, 3 of 4 from 3, and he added 3 of 4 at the free throw line as well. Jalen also with 2 steals in the first half for the Tigers. Wendell Green Jr., 8 points. K.D. Johnson off the bench in 13 minutes, 8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers. Tremendous first half from K.D. Johnson. Also scoring for Auburn in the first half, 3 points for Allen Flanagan, 2 apiece for Janai Broome and Dylan Cardwell. Broome only played 10 minutes because he picked up 2 fouls in the first half, but he was the game's leading rebounder with 5 boards in the first 20 minutes. After all of that, it's a tie basketball game. Halftime numbers brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait, vaccinate. Protect yourself and others against COVID and flu. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. We're all square at the half. Auburn 37, Alabama 37.
You've been listening to the Conecuh Sausage Halftime Show. Make Conecuh Sausage part of your game day. Still family owned and made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. The second half is 2 minutes away. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey, Tiger fans. Join Coach Johnny Harris and the Auburn women's basketball staff for the Coach Jay Show. The show airs live on location from Baumhauer's Victory Grill every Monday at 6 p.m. Get the latest updates on the Tigers from Coach Jay while enjoying delicious food from Baumhauer's. The show is available locally on FM Talk 93.9 FM and anywhere else on the Auburn Game Day app. Make your plans now to join us for the Coach Jay Show at Baumhauer's Victory Grill, Mondays at 6. War Eagle.
Conecuh Sausage is a product we all know and love, and it's the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is made from the finest cuts of pork, patented blend of seasonings, all natural casings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true southern flavor. Enjoy a crowd-pleasing Conecuh Sausage dog or premium hot dog while watching the Tigers, and make Conecuh part of your game day or any day. Conecuh Sausage is celebrating their 75th year of the Sessions family making their premium smoked sausage in Evergreen, Alabama. Be sure to visit the new Conecuh gift shop right off I-65 at exit 96.
North American beavers are excellent swimmers, but on land they waddle about clumsily. That is until they spot the yellow tag on a stack of Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. Their instincts kick in and the colony springs into action. Just like that, these master builders make off with their newfound building materials.
For 5-star backyards, Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
It's a great day for Auburn Tigers to get vaccinated. COVID and flu vaccines are an important tool to help stop the pandemic. The Alabama Department of Public Health is offering the COVID and flu vaccines to anyone 6 months and older. COVID and flu. The COVID and flu vaccines are safe, effective, and free. COVID and flu are still on the rise. Don't let COVID and flu stop you from supporting your favorite team. Continue to help protect yourself, your friends, and our campus by getting the COVID and flu vaccines. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM. At the half, Auburn and Alabama tied at 37. What's your spark for the second half, Sonny?
We got to get to the free throw line some in the second half. And we got to keep them off the free throw line. And I think we're playing the game well enough to win if those two things would happen right there.
Auburn will have the ball to open the second half. It will be Wendell Green Jr., Zep Jasper, Alan Flanagan, and Jalen Williams.
They got 24 points in the paint. I think we got to.
They outscored Auburn 24-6 in the paint.
Yeah, we got to stop that to a certain degree. You can't say they're posting up. They're cutting into the post. They're slashing into the post.
Right.
Driving into the post. So we got a lot of things to stop.
Most of the time, the post is out here at the top of the key.
He's freeing them up with screens. Right. That's his job.
Alabama opens up with Sears, Bradley, Clowney, Miller, Bediako, Green, Jasper, Flanagan, Williams, and Broom for Auburn. Be interesting to see if Sears opens the second half playing as tight man against Wendell Green as he did in the first. I expect he will.
Well, they fouled him 100 times, but they were letting it go. But we went to the free throw line pretty good, actually.
And will the second half be called differently than the first?
I think it will. We got to expect that.
Auburn ball up the inbound to Jalen Williams. Wendell Green across midcourt. Wendell picks up the dribble, bounce pass left wing, Zep Jasper. Low post for Janai Broom against Bediako. Backs him into the lane, out to the top. Zep three.
Oh, thought he had it.
And the rebound out of bounds off of Alabama. Nice job by Alan Flanagan to go after that loose ball.
Yeah.
And the ball was batted out of bounds off of Jaden Bradley, Auburn basketball.
He threw it off a leg. Does a great job by Alan Flanagan. He's put great effort out defensively today.
Inbound Broom to Flanagan. To Green, down the lane. 13-footer, no.
Boy,
and
what
the
a good
rebound
look.
comes to Bradley for Alabama. Left wing Miller. Miller on the right-hand dribble. Works on Flanagan, now Broom. Right side pass, 3 ball in the air. Clowney didn't get it. Well, whistle and a Ball goes out of bounds, Auburn basketball.
I tell you what, Broom's not going to get a rebound jumping because they won't let him jump. They've been holding him every night. Yeah, they got to call that a little bit.
We're tied at 37, 19-19 in the second half of play. Wendell Green between the rings. Broom outside the arc. Bounce pass, Jalen, batted back to Wendell. Into the key. Now backs up with 16 to shoot. Almost to midcourt. There's a screen from Broom. Wendell steps into a three.
Great screen by Johni Broom.
Auburn by 3, 40-37. Alabama basketball. Bradley with a screen. Broom stays on him. Now switches off with Zep Jasper. Top of the circle, ball knocked out of bounds by Allen Flanagan. Trying to get the ball to Miller. Allen tapped the ball away from Miller and out of bounds with 16 to shoot.
We've got to do something about this high ball screen that they're sitting. They pick the guys off. It's illegal, but they're letting it go on both ends.
Yes, they are. Inbound Sears to Bradley. 13 to shoot. Bradley, free throw line. Off the right side, outside the wing, 8 to shoot. There's the screen, Bradley down the lane. To the basket, he banked it in with 4 to shoot.
Allen did not do his job then. He thought the post people were going to help him out, and they didn't get there, so he was left wide open after a switch.
Auburn 40, Alabama 39, Auburn basketball. Bounce pass, Zep Jasper on the wing. To Wendell at the top, there's the screen from Broom. Turns around, Sears, 3 ball in the air, and he's fouled by Sears. That'll be the second foul on Mark Sears.
Well, that's been a battle between those two. They've gone at it all day. I hope he goes at it that hard all the time so we can get to the free throw line.
And Wendell Green Jr. will be at the line for 3. Leads the league with 112 made free throws this season, although in the last 3 or 4 games that shooting percentage from the free throw line has fallen off just a little bit.
I think late in the season your legs are not what they need. You don't get your legs into the shot. The free throw is very important to get their legs into it.
The first one was good.
Legs get a little dead. I've seen it affect free throw shooting more than anything else.
The first of 3 for Wendell Green. Second, missed it long.
He usually, if he misses one that's long or short, he doesn't. He's usually zeroed in on his shooting.
He can give Auburn a 3-point lead with 18-12 to go in the second half.
All right, knock these down, big guy.
Free throw in the air, it's good.
All right, now we will show press, but it will not be much of a press.
Wendell Green now in double figures. 13 on the day. Make that 11 on the day. Bradley working on Zep Jasper. Gets past Jasper. Left wing Miller to tie it with a 3. Didn't get it. Weak side rebound, Wendell Green. On the break. Lobs it ahead for Zep Jasper, left wing. At the top, Williams to the baseline. Flanagan to the hole. Goes up and draws the foul. Bediako will get called for that foul. And Allen will go to the line to shoot a couple. He was trying to bring the place down with a left-hand hammer.
Yeah. What happened was great ball reversal. Got it to the man on the sideline, and a great drive to the basket.
I liked the spacing on that play.
Well, you got to have it, and that's what we had. That was actually the key to the whole thing. We spread the floor. We got the ball moved quickly from one side to the other and got a wide open look.
Flanagan at the line for 2. The lefty out of Little Rock makes the first.
I tell you, he's been doing an outstanding job on defense.
All 4 of Allen's points have come from the charity stripe. He's given Auburn a 4-point lead. Make it 5.
You put us on the free throw line on the times we're supposed to go, we'll put a hurt on Alabama.
Bruce Pearl asks for the crowd. It responds. 44-39 Auburn. Bradley between the rings. Gets a screen. Drives against Broom. Reverse layup. It's good.
Well, he's tough to stop.
8 points for Jaden Bradley. 44-41.
A high ball screen really can hurt you.
Auburn with the lead. Williams at the point. Screen from Flanagan. To Johni Broom. Off the left wing, 4. Zep Jasper. Between the legs dribble. Not once, but twice. Now to Flanagan. 10 to shoot. Allen backs it up. Spread it out. Get a screen. He does from Broom. Pull up 15-footer. Got it!
Great screen by John.
First field goal of the day for Flanagan. Bradley to the hole. Goes up and gets hammered hard. And he goes down hard, holding his right elbow.
One thing that's made Alabama good against other teams is they get the ball down quick. You better get your defense back, and you better get it set, or you'll be in trouble, and that happened to us. That's the first time I've seen it today, though.
Foul called against Wendell Green, his first. And now Bradley, who is that second on Wendell? Oh, they called it on Jalen. I apologize. And that's his second.
We thought they might start calling it a little closer, and it is just a little bit closer.
Bradley shoots 73% from the free throw line.
This whole team is you don't want to put them up there if you can help it.
Yeah, they shoot almost 73% as a team from the line. Auburn has been better at the free throw line in SEC play at 71.5%. Bradley made the first. He missed the second. Flanagan pulls down the rebound for Auburn.
Alan Flanagan, what an athletic play.
Up the floor, Allen hands the ball now to Wendell Green between the circles. 20 to shoot, Auburn by 4. Wendell working on Bradley. Lobs it left side, Flanagan. Down to the baseline against Miller, spins, fadeaway, Flanagan, no!
I thought he was going in.
Rebound by Sears for Alabama. Sears penetrates all the way to the basket, lays it in with the left hand.
He can hurt us so bad because we're looking to get out and cover the wings, and that middle becomes open, and that's what they want. They put 5 on the perimeter, drive it when they can.
Sears, a lefty, made that left hand reverse, made it look easy. Auburn's lead down to 2. Broom between the rings. Right wing Flanagan. At the top, it's Wendell. Screen from Broom. Wendell, 3 ball, no foul. Bradley called for a foul. His second. Wendell to the line to shoot 3. I think the call is that Bradley didn't give Wendell a place to come down on the shot. Oh, for that call 1 week ago today.
Yes. Yes.
And now Wendell back at the line for 3 for Auburn.
They call it like this. Alabama might have a little trouble with us.
Bradley's second foul. Alabama's 3rd foul of the half. All right, Wendell knocked these home. First is good.
Looks like they've come out calling the second half, taking away a little bit of the physicality that's been taking place. Win the game in basketball, and that's what it appears to me to what they're doing.
Second to 3 for Wendell. Nothing but nylon. Auburn by 4. Jasper out. KD Johnson in.
Get to the free throw line. That's
8 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for KD off the bench in the first. Wendell again. 3 of 3 from the line in that series.
Now we're not pressing. We're still playing man.
Auburn by 5, 49-44. Bradley all the way to the basket. Up and no, but a foul. And the foul is against Jalen, and that's his 3rd. Well, Auburn just gave him a big old lane down to the basket that time.
What they do, they got 5 on the perimeter, so you got to shade a little bit towards your man, or they'll shoot a 3 on you. Well, that puts you in a position where you're having to guard on the run, and that's where your fouls occur.
First by Bradley, in and out. Jalen will come out with 3 fouls. Remember, he was the leading scorer in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
With 14 points.
He can shoot with the clock running down and be balanced and do it.
Ryland Griffin replaces Sears for Alabama.
Bradley's a 72% free throw shooter.
He got the second.
And now they're pressing.
And it is Ryland Griffin against Wendell Green. Auburn by 4, 15:55 in the second half. Moore, left wing KD, Moore, Broom. Hands to Flanagan. Right side of the lane, 15-footer. Didn't get it.
Look good.
Rebound Clowney. To Miller for Alabama on the left wing. Picks up the dribble. Miller between the circles. Bediako back to Miller. 19 to shoot for Alabama. Auburn by 4, Bama ball. Miller down the lane, ball kicked into the corner. 3 ball in the air, Griffin short.
Oh, look at foul
Rebound,
over the
Miller.
back.
Loses it. Underneath, shot is up and it's missed.
They
Clowney will go to the line for 2 and a timeout on the floor.
They allowed over the back rebounding there, and that should never happen. You don't let them maul them coming over the back.
15-19 to go in the second. Auburn 49, Alabama 45. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
Charles Barkley. Call for a Redmont and water at bars and restaurants throughout the great state of Alabama. Redmont Vodka, available at select ABC stores and package stores. Redmont Vodka is 8 times distilled, gluten-free, and is made from non-GMO corn. Looking to support a local business? Redmont Distilling is Alabama proud and minority owned. Learn more online at redmontdistilling.com.
You've got advanced prostate cancer, but you're not waiting around. You want straight talk, the facts about Orgovix.
Orgovix Relagolix 120 milligram prescription tablets is a treatment for adults with advanced prostate cancer. Fact: Orgovix is a different kind of androgen deprivation therapy treatment, a pill, not an injection. Orgovix may cause serious side effects, including a heart condition called QT prolongation. Tell your doctor right away if you feel dizzy, faint, have a racing or pounding heart, or chest pain. Orgovix can cause harm to an unborn baby or miscarriage. Use birth control during treatment and for 2 weeks after Orgovix treatment. The most common side effects include hot flushes, increased blood sugar and blood fat levels, muscle and joint pain, decreased blood hemoglobin levels, increased liver enzymes, tiredness, constipation, and diarrhea. Other side effects include weight gain, decreased sex drive, and erectile function problems. Orgovix may cause infertility. Talk to your doctor if infertility is a concern for you.
Go with Orgovix. Ask your doctor. For more facts, visit gowiththefacts.com.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Alabama Power. At Alabama Power, we give 100% to achieve 99.9% dependability. Our commitment helps deliver power for better Alabama.
15-19 to go in the second half. Auburn 49, Alabama 45. Alabama shooting free throws out of the timeout break. Second half presented by Wind Creek Hotel and Casino. With 3 Alabama locations in Atmore, Montgomery, and Wetumpka. You escape every day at Wind Creek Hotel and Casino and online at windcreek.com.
There's one thing happening here that's kind of hard to figure. Alabama's shooting like 60% from the field, and yet we're ahead.
18 of 30 from the field for Alabama at 60%. Auburn 12 of 33 from the field at 36.4%. One of the big differences? Listen, it was the other way when we were in College Station Tuesday night.
Yeah,
it's in Auburn's favor right now. The Tigers 19 of 22 from the free throw line. Alabama 6 of 10.
They're turning the ball over somewhat. We're taking better care of the ball. And I think that will be a factor going down towards the end. If we can get a shot each time down, not turn it over, and keep all their shots are coming on drives into the lane right now because they got 5 on the perimeter. That leaves the middle open a little bit.
15-19 to go, second half. Been an entertaining game, hasn't it?
Oh, my goodness. It's wearing me out. I might have to take a rest here in a minute. I'm not in shape.
I'll wake you up during timeouts if you want.
You already have 3 times. You got me 3 times today already. I would like to say you something that could really happen, but the way things are playing right now, Alabama doesn't appear to run. They want to get into the lane on the dribble. And we'll take the run, and we'll take whatever they give us. And right now, we're giving them a hard time.
Janai Broome missed a lot of the first half with foul trouble. Alabama and Auburn were tied. Now Jalen Williams on the bench for foul trouble for Auburn. How does that affect this game in the second half? Clowney at the line for 2, 61%.
61% shooter. Did he make it?
He made it with ease, Sonny. Yeah. He has 3 points on the day. Freshman out of Spartanburg, South Carolina.
Well, I tell you what, He sets screens like fighting a guy with brass knuckles. He sets the most illegal screens I've ever seen, but he gets the guy freed up.
He knocked home both free throws, cuts Auburn's lead to 2, 49-47 Tigers. 15-16 in the second half of play. Wendell across midcourt, between the legs dribble. Off the left side, Chris Moore. Moore penetrate and threw it
Got a
away.
hand
It was
on the
deflected.
ball.
Yep, Alabama ball the other way. Quinterly to the corner. 3 ball for the lead.
Blocked.
It was blocked. Rebounded by KD Johnson. Up the sideline. KD centers it. Free throw line. Comes out to the right wing. Maintains the dribble. 22 to shoot. Down the right side of the lane. It's Janai Broome. Janai against Burnett. Drives to the hole. Dumps it. Moore up for a shot and a whistle and a foul. Oh, it's a jump ball. Oh, it's a jump ball. I guarantee you one official was about to call a foul, and they went with the jump ball.
Joe already got some slobber coming out of his whistle. He was going to call it. And this other guy, well, that wasn't really good.
Auburn by 2.
He was going to give us the right call, Joe was.
Quinterly at the left wing. Top of the circle. Griffin. Don't give him the 3. He will take it. Clowney at the top. To Griffin. Straight away 3 for the lead. There it is.
Oh, no. You know, they turned a bad shot into a good shot there. That thing was way too far out.
50-49 Alabama, their first lead of the second half. Auburn hasn't scored a field goal in 2 minutes and 46 seconds. It's a 6-0 run by Alabama. KD Johnson up and under. It's happed up by Broome. He missed it. KD gets the rebound in the left corner. He'll pop a 3. No good.
KD's looking to score a little too much. He wants to win too bad.
Broome steals a pass at the other end.
Broome has been really effective in this game defensively.
They were trying to set up Clowney underneath.
And moving the ball on offense.
Auburn missed its last 5 field goals. Wendell in the key. Backs up on the left-hand dribble. Shot clock at 14, Alabama by 1. A screen. Head fake. Green. Janai to the basket, he missed it. Rebound Moore in traffic. Dribbles out into the corner. Left wing 3. KD, no. Rebound Flanagan. Fouled by Burnett. That's the 3rd foul on Damari Burnett. Well, Auburn just can't get anything to fall right now.
No,
the Tigers have missed their last 7 field goals.
We're getting some second chances, but we're not knocking anything down.
Burnett with 3 fouls is out. And Miller back in for Alabama. Here comes Jalen Williams, 3 fouls in all. At the 13-17 mark, replacing Chris Moore. Auburn trails by 1, 50-49. Auburn's gone 2 minutes and 53 seconds without scoring. Inbound Lior Berman. Left wing, Lior. Right side, cut off right side of the lane. Oh, he was open for a shot, didn't take it. Down to the baseline, KD. Spins to the hole and scores!
Yeehaw! What a great drive. Good patience by the Tigers.
Back up by 1, 12:57. Down the lane, Clowney to the hole, good.
Yeah, that's Janai's problem right there. He created his own because he wanted to go double up and try to get a steal.
52-51 Alabama. 12:42 to go in the second half of play. Green across midcourt. Working there against Rylan Griffin. Bounce pass, Jalen Williams in the lane. Janai backs his man down with the left hand. It didn't go.
Down in, jumps out.
Rebound Alabama. Miller on the break for the Crimson Tide. Knocked away. Ball is loose. Jump ball. Berman fights for the jump ball. Auburn arrow. Berman went to the floor against Miller and tied him up.
We get the ball on the jump ball.
Yes, indeed. Bediako back into the game, the 7-footer for Alabama, replacing Miller. Here comes Chris Moore, replacing Jalen Williams.
We're not taking bad shots. We're getting good shots. We just can't get anything to go down right now. And you could say Alabama's defense, but we're missing some pretty good open shots.
Auburn has made only one of its last 9 field goals. Green, Moore. Left wing, KD, Moore. Top of the circle, Broome. Broome outside the arc, maintains the dribble. Picks it up now. Bounce pass for Wendell. Wendell near the left corner. Wendell with 8 to shoot. Working, drives to the hole. Got it!
What a drive, what a shot.
Quickly up the floor, Alabama. Right wing, Bradley. At the top, off the left wing. Sears. Fouled by Lior. They got Lior for a trap.
And
or
actually,
a trip at that end of the floor. Didn't call it against Alabama in the first half.
That actually was an illegal screen.
Really?
Yeah.
I had never heard of such.
Yeah.
11:42 to go, second half. Auburn 53, Alabama 52. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Game Day app. Find tickets, skip concession lines, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, stay current with a comprehensive social media stream, participate in game day light shows, plus listen to every Auburn Sports Network broadcast, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics, the Auburn Game Day app. Get it today.
Are you looking to advance your career without putting your life on hold? Consider the flexibility of an online MBA at Auburn University's Harvard College of Business. Ranked among the nation's best by U.S. News and World Report, our 100% online MBA program provides the flexibility you need to pursue a degree while maintaining your personal and professional life. Learn more at harvard.auburn.edu.
When you see the SEC student athlete, it's easy to picture the swing, the stance, the form. But look closer, and you'll see the heart, the brain, the clutch lab partner, the avid two-stepper, the pride of a hometown, and a little brother's hero. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Back at Neville Arena, Brad Law checking the Yellowwood scoreboard. In the top 25, UConn and Creighton are tied at 46, 8 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go in the Big Ten. Illinois over number 24, Rutgers, 60-47. But the bigger news inside Neville Arena is, I don't know how often this has happened, but every game they do a putt for a car promotion.
I've never seen it.
And the guy made the putt.
94-foot putt.
A 94-foot putt.
Baseline to baseline.
Yeah, and he made it, and he won a new car, and this place just went bananas.
Courtesy of Lynch Toyota.
Yeah, just won a new car from Lynch Toyota. That's outstanding.
I'd give somebody a car if we could shoot a little better.
Auburn basketball is brought to you in part by Auburn Opelika Tourism. Start your next visit to the Plains at aotourism.com. 11:42 to play. Auburn 43, or rather 53, Alabama 52. Andy Burcham, Sonny Smith, take it away.
Fouls are even at 4 apiece in this second half. 11:42 to go. Auburn 53, Alabama 52. Well, Auburn's starting to get the ball to the lane in the second half. That has been better. But Auburn's jump shooting has not been especially good in the second half, especially in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Auburn just 2 of its last 10 from the field, and yet against the number 3 team in the country, leads 53-52.
Yeah, and we made 6 threes. Am I right about that? I thought I'd put that down.
You are correct.
I thought we'd made 6 threes.
5 threes.
5?
Oh, let me check. No, it's 7 threes.
We made 7. Well, we both missed it, but I like your miss. I like my miss better than yours.
All right, here's the 5 for Auburn. Wendell Green, K.D. Johnson, Lior Berman, Chris Moore, and Dylan Cardwell for the Tigers. For Alabama, Noah Gurley, Mark Sears, Jaden Bradley, Noah Clowney, and Charles Bediako.
Well, I know one thing is sure to happen. Beniaki is going to set an illegal screen. He's been doing that so much, I don't think he could forget it.
Bradley will trigger down the left sideline. Alabama with 20 to shoot. Inbound into the corner. Miller for 3. Didn't get it. Weak side rebound, Alabama. Clowney had it. Throws it. That's out of bounds off Alabama. They tried to throw it out of bounds off Auburn and didn't hit a Tiger and threw it right into the Alabama bench.
That was really outstanding defense right there by the Tigers.
Auburn by 1 with the basketball, 11:35 to go.
Now the physicality by Alabama is going to pick up about right now. So
Wendell Green across midcourt against Jaden Bradley. To Chris Moore at the point, right wing Lior Berman. Bounce pass Moore. At the top, Cardwell. Dillon, bounce pass, backdoor, up and in, KD Johnson.
What a pass, what a shot, what a cut.
KD with 12. Double figures for KD in 4 of his last 5 games now. Bradley at the right wing for Alabama. Auburn by 3, Bama ball. Miller at the top. Picked up by Chris Moore, now Dylan Cardwell in the switch. 3 ball, Miller no. Rebound KD, up the middle of the floor. Wendell Green races ahead. KD, ball knocked out of his hand. It's Auburn ball with 25 to shoot.
Well, I thought we were going to get something right there when we got the ball back. That was good.
Auburn will flatten it up on the baseline other than, well, they will flatten it up.
Well, we're really good here.
Inbound into the corner, Berman. Drives to the basket, head fake. Needs to get rid of it, does. Wendell in the land of Giants. Fade away, no. Weak side rebound, Cardwell for Auburn. In traffic, lost it. Stripped out of his hand by Sears. Sears down to the baseline. Bradley jump step, whistle and a foul.
This is the one thing we've got to make sure we take care of in this second half is them running down the floor quickly.
Agreed.
You got to get your defense back and get set because they really hurt you with that, especially late in the game.
Berman whistled for the foul. His second. And Bradley is at the line for 2 for Alabama.
All right, we don't want to be putting these people on the line. They're too good at free throw shooters, and late in the game, we don't want them shooting there.
Bradley misses the free throw.
I talked him out of it good there.
He is 2 of 5 from the line. I wonder if, he went down hard and hurt it. Was holding his right elbow earlier. He's missed a couple free throws since then. That was here in the second half.
And he shoots
Donaldson
72 from there, I think.
Yeah. Donaldson in, Green out for Auburn. Bradley missed both. Rebound, Trey Donaldson.
All right,
Auburn's lead is 3.
Get a good shot.
10:26, second half of play. Flanagan in at the next whistle. Cardwell for Auburn. To Donaldson. Trey, bounce pass left side, KD. 18-footer. Didn't get it. Rebound Moore for Auburn. Stripped out of his hand by Sears. On the break for Alabama. Behind the back dribble, down the lane to the hole. Blocked by Moore. Rebounded by Donaldson. Auburn the other way. Donaldson in the lane. Bump goes up.
Got
no.
fouled.
Here's Alabama the other way. And a foul by Donaldson at midcourt.
Donaldson got fouled and fouls at midcourt. We don't want this to start happening now. One bad call after another.
Berman comes out and Flanagan is in for Auburn.
Well, they did. We faked the foul there. They weren't as bad as I thought. I'll only apologize halfway on that.
Well, I'll take a half apology from you, Sonny.
Thank you. All right, we need a stop. We got to have a stop.
55-52 Alabama. Bradley, the inbound near midcourt up the left sideline. Sears working on the scowling at KD Johnson.
Well, he got fouled by the guy to get open.
Sears drives on KD. Ball knocked out of his hand, off of KD and off of
KD
Sears.
knew it. He was already
Yeah, he
headed
did.
the other end.
Oh, nicely played, KD.
KD knows a bad call when he sees one.
9:45 in the second. Auburn by 3. 55-52 Tigers. Donaldson works on Quinterly up the floor.
They're really going
across midcourt, drives all the way to the basket. Broom to the hole, no. And a foul on Bediako. That's the third on Bediako.
Trey Donaldson did an outstanding job then. He's taking care of the basketball. He's playing physical.
Janai Broom, who is Auburn's second leading scorer at 13.7 points a game, has but 2 points today. He has 6 rebounds.
But it's in a situation where we're
First
playing.
free throw good.
We're playing different because we've been trying to spread the floor on them so we can get in the lane on the dribble, and that's kind of taking him out of it. unless he's up high setting screens.
Second free throw. Good.
Hit them both. Great job.
57-52 Auburn. 9:33 as they come to their feet in the second half at Neville Arena. Bradley drives. Donaldson recovers. Bradley bounce pass Sears, right side of the key. Gets a screen. 18-footer in the air, and he buried it. Auburn left him open. Trims the lead to 3. 57-54 Auburn. 9:13 in the second half of play.
Both teams still playing man for man, being very aggressive with it.
Donaldson bounce pass left sideline. KD nearly goes out of bounds, gets it to Chris Moore. Gets a step on Miller, right wing Flanagan. Inside the arc, bounce pass for Janai against Bediako. Backs him in. Running left-hander, short.
Get back.
Sears rebounds for Alabama, down 3. Sears, step back 3. In and out as he tried to tie it. Rebound underneath, foul on the play. Foul was actually on the rebound against Flanagan, and that will be Allen's third. No question of the call either, by the way.
No,
he earned the foul that time, and now they're at the line for a 1 and bonus. They're at the line on a 1 and bonus before Auburn here in the second half. Burnett with a 1 and bonus.
We kind of thought that would happen.
Good free throw shooter, 77% for the Texas Tech transfer. Missed it. How about that? Rebound,
right.
Flanagan.
Let's get a good look now.
Ahead to Donaldson. Trey working on Jaden Bradley. Drives onto the right wing. Looking underneath for Broom. Got held by Bediako. Trey from 17, didn't get it. Rebound tapped up, Alabama ball.
Get back.
Bradley breaks out for Alabama. Drives on Janai. Goes up, reverse layup. Got it somehow.
You got to get back on any missed shot right now. They're going to run with everything.
Auburn by 1 with the ball. 8:08 in the second half of play. Tigers have missed their last 4 field goals, have gone over 3 minutes without a score. Donaldson, screen from Broom, down the lane. Leaves for Broom, double hit them.
Great pass, great drive into the basket. Good, intelligent play.
59-56 Auburn. Bradley at the right wing for Alabama. Working on Donaldson. Now to Sears, a 3 to tie it. Yep.
Oh my goodness. That's a parking lot 3 right there.
That's his 53rd of the year. We're tied at 59. Oh, this one's going down to the wire, friends. 7.5 minutes to go.
What a game. What a game.
K.D. Johnson between the circles. Left wing for Trey Donaldson. Screen from Broom. Donaldson inside the arc. Head fake. Picked up the dribble. Lobs it way out to midcourt. Flanagan. 7 to shoot. Screen from Broom. Allen. Pull up jumper. Flanagan didn't get it. Bad shot. Rebound Alabama. They can take the lead here. Sears drives on KD to the hole. It's good, and Alabama leads by 2.
That's their best thing that they do is drive the ball on any rebound. We got to get back.
Auburn's going to get a timeout. 6:53 to go in the second half. Alabama on a 5-0 run fueled by Mark Sears. Alabama 61, Auburn 59. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
That's exactly right.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure you... Jim. Jim. We're on the air.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
What widens the eyes, tightens the stomach, and flutters the heart. Adrenaline.
Feel it for yourself in the Toyota RAV4, Camry, Corolla, and Tacoma. Lease a new 2023 Toyota RAV4 LE for $309 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places. Offer valid through February 28, 2023. Well-qualified lessees with approved credit through Southeast Toyota Finance. 3608 due at signing. No security deposit. With select equipment, $350 disposition fee. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details.
Auburn basketball is brought to you by Chick-fil-A. All Chick-fil-A locations in Alabama proudly support the Auburn Tigers.
5-0 run by Alabama right now. They've hit their last 3 field goals. Auburn is on a bit of a scoring spell at this point. And Mark Sears tied it with a 3-pointer, then drove to the basket to give Alabama the 2-point lead, 61-59, with 6 minutes and 52 seconds to go in a whale of a game here at Neville Arena, along with 8-time Hall of Fame coach Sonny Smith and Brad Law. I'm Andy Burcham. Leading scorer for the Tigers with 18 points is Wendell Green Jr. Mark Sears leads Alabama with 14. So the 2-point guards going at each other here this afternoon.
Well, one thing's got to happen is we've got to get back better and not allow them to score without even making a pass. Just taking us off the dribble. So we got to get back. That's number one. And just keep doing what we're doing. We're getting good shots. They're just not going down.
And boy, you look back, I can think 2 weeks ago, West Virginia. Shots that looked good, looked like they were in and came out. We saw the same thing last Saturday at Tennessee. We saw it Tuesday at Texas A&M. I don't know what you do is you just fight through it somehow.
Well, you know, there's a lot of different answers, but one thing that always seems to work if you keep doing what you've been doing. Don't change your game up because things have gone south on you. Wendell's back in. That'll help some things, I think, right now, because he's a threat to make a shot.
It is Auburn starting 5. Green, Jasper, Flanagan, Williams, and Broom for Auburn. Sears, Griffin, Bradley, Clowney, and Miller for Alabama. Auburn ought to go underneath for Janai Broom and let him go to work.
Well, they are smaller, aren't they? That's a good point, Andy.
Inbound Wendell Green. Auburn trails by 2. 6:45 in the second half. Bounce pass up Jasper, left sideline.
You get Jalen Williams involved here.
Now Allen Green down the left side of the lane, up for the shot, and it got him for a charge. Auburn wanted a flop. They're not going to get it. Not from this bunch, not today. That's 4 fouls on Flanagan and a timeout. Alabama with a 2-point lead in the basketball when we come back. Alabama 61, Auburn 59. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Tiger Talk has been Auburn's weekly coaches show for over 30 years. Join Bruce Pearl and other Auburn coaches every Thursday night at 6 Central. Send questions by tweeting at AU Sports Network or by emailing aubtigertalk@gmail.com. Tiger Talk is presented by Alpha Insurance. Don't miss Tiger Talk, Thursdays at 6 Central, only on the Auburn Sports Network.
This just in. Auburn Bank has completed their 114th year of serving their community.
This next one goes out to Auburn Bank, champions of you.
Touchdown, Auburn Bank. The champions of you are 114-0.
Welcome to Auburn Bank. How can we help?
I hear y'all are undefeated.
Helping you achieve your financial goals is our goal. Visit championsofyou.com to see how we can serve you. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC.
We always picture the SEC student athlete for their speed, their vertical, their agility. But it's time we picture them for more. For their campus voice, their community outreach, and for the simple fact that 20 years later, they're still someone's pride and joy. More than students, more than athletes. In the SEC, it just means more.
Brad Law at Neville Arena as we check the Yellowwood scoreboard. One other SEC game. They're going back and forth in Gainesville. Florida leads Vanderbilt 39-38 inside of 2 minutes to go in the first half in that matchup. Here, 6:37 to play. Auburn trails Alabama 61-59 after an offensive foul against Alan Flanagan. It'll be Crimson Tide basketball. Alabama has had a couple of leads today, none by more than a possession. As we go back to Andy Burcham and Sonny Smith.
And no one gets you closer to college basketball than SiriusXM. Download the SiriusXM app. Take your Auburn Tigers with you all season long. Tune into SiriusXM SEC Radio for news, talk, analysis, and more. Straight from your phone, no car required. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Alabama's hit 3 of its last 3, and they haven't all been just drives to the basket, although the last 2 baskets have come from Mark Sears, Sonny. A long 3 to tie it, and then a terrific drive to the basket and up and under to take the lead for Alabama.
Yeah, they're spreading the floor now, and they're getting into drives every time that they can. If you sink in to stop it, they try to reverse it real quick and try to get a shot from 3. And they've lived off that all year. And they're living good right now. But all we got to do is make shots. We're just not making shots right now.
Jalen had 14 in the first half. He has not scored in the second.
Yeah.
Alabama ball by 2. Miller at the top, Clowney. Right wing 3 ball in the air. It's no good. Rebound Broom for Auburn. A right wing 3 from Clowney. Tiger ball. Down 2.
Get a good shot.
Wendell, a 3 for the lead. Yes!
Got it. Got it. That was a good shot.
Yes, it was. 62-61 Auburn. 6:05 in the second half. Clowney at the top. Works on Broom. Hands the ball to
They're going to call it on
Griffin,
us.
and a reach-in foul on Wendell Green.
That was an illegal screen.
Yeah,
with
it's
a
exactly what Wendell is telling the official right now.
Yeah, it's a bad. They set illegal screens on every play, especially their post players. They do that to free up Miller more than anybody.
Griffin at the line for a 1 and bonus. He got the first. Wendell Green Jr. back-to-back 20-point games for the first time since his freshman year at Eastern Kentucky. Auburn, by the way, 3-1 when Wendell scores 20 or more. Griffin makes both. Alabama by a point. 63-62.
Get a good look.
5:53. This is going down to the wire, Sonny.
It's going there.
Green, Berman on the wing. Top of the circle, Broom. Janai. Hands to Wendell. Left wing, backs up. 14 to shoot, Wendell. Lost the ball, got the ball back. Wendell with 9. 3 ball blocked by Griffin. And he rebounded the ball.
That was a bad play right there.
Miller for Alabama. Crimson Tide by a point. 5:26. He drives. Kicks it to the wing. Burnett falls down, gets it to Miller. Now to Griffin for 3. Yes.
Oh, my goodness. That's one of those killers. And it was not a bad shot.
And Alabama has its biggest lead of the game at 4. 66-62. Griffin's a 3-point shooter, and Auburn let him get free. Wendell drives. Head fake. Gets bumped underneath. Double hand dunk, Jalen Williams.
Yeah, he draws people to him, and he hits the open man. That's what makes him such a good point guard.
2-point Alabama lead, 66-64, 4:47 in the second half. Top of the circle, Clowney. Now to Miller, working on Jalen. Kicks it to the corner. Burnett in the left corner. Drives on Berman. Into the lane. Up for the shot. It didn't go. It's tapped up and in by Miller.
We got to block out, or we got to go to the board, and somebody's flat down
Miller
there.
is hurt. He came down hard on the rebound basket. And that'll bring Chris Moore into the lineup for Auburn. Miller will stay in the ball game. Alabama by 4 again. 68-64.
Very important that we get a good shot. They're going to press us.
Alabama now, by the way, has 6 threes in the game. 3 in this half. 2 by Miller, who knocked home the 3 earlier.
We did it better in the first half, but we got to get one right here.
68-64. Drive by Green, out to the top. Jalen, low post for Broom, and he threw it out of bounds.
The plan was great. The pass was not. But we had a setup where we were going to get a one-on-one with the 4 spread at the basket.
4:14, second half. Alabama by 4 and has the ball. Sears, left wing. Goes baseline to the lane, out to the top, 3 ball in the air. It is no good. Rebound, Broom, knocked down from behind by Clowney.
Did they call it?
Yes, they did. 3rd foul on Clowney. That's the 5th foul, or the 6th foul against Alabama. And another timeout. 3:57 in the second. Auburn balled down 4 when we come back. Alabama 68, Auburn 64. Auburn basketball continues in a moment.
This is the moment you've been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our home.
When you step onto the court and into the spotlight. The moment to show that hard work and long days pay off. Because when that final shot leaves your hands and we leave our seats, that powerful moment connects us all.
Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Power for a better Alabama.
Hey Tiger fans, this is Andy Bertram. We need you on February 22nd, Auburn University's Tiger Giving Day. Tiger Giving Day is an annual day of giving where you have an opportunity to pick projects that make a difference in people's lives on campus, in our communities, and across the state. From providing health care in rural areas to making autism services accessible, we've got an exciting lineup of projects that need your help to meet their one-day fundraising goal. So visit tigergiving.org on February 22nd. Pick your projects and give.
Most creatures blend in with their natural surroundings. However, one North American beaver colony is doing anything but. This group, having discovered new Yellowwood Protector semi-transparent stain and water repellent, has coated their lodge in a lovely smoky grey color. Modern look and powerful protection, backed by the yellow tag. Well done.
Introducing the first stain worthy of the yellow tag. Yellowwood Protector semi-transparent stain and water repellent. Find a dealer near you.
A look at the defensive statistics is brought to you by Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. You don't have to live with termites.
Auburn has out-rebounded Alabama today, 31-27. Turnovers, 12 for Alabama, 11 for Auburn. Auburn has taken advantage of that, Sonny, outscoring Alabama of turnovers today, 19-6. Alabama leads 68-64, 3:57 to go in the second half. For every Auburn three-pointer, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services donates $25 to Coach Pearl's Outlive Cancer Initiative, benefiting local cancer patients and treatment centers. 7 threes today for the Auburn Tigers. Alabama with 6.
Well, Andy, we were in total control of things, but we went through this shooting drought to start the second half.
And that has happened all too frequently of late.
Yeah, if we'd been knocking, and it wasn't that we're taking bad shots, we just couldn't knock anything down. Now, if we get back to making shots, we can win this game.
It's a 4-point Alabama lead with 3:57 to go in the second half.
Well,
Auburn led by as many as 8. That came at the 12:02 mark of the first half. Alabama's 4-point lead right now is its largest lead of the game.
Well, Alabama's only going to do two things here. They're either going to try to get the drive to the goal because they're spreading the floor, or they're going to get to 3 if you drop off to stop the drive. That's basically their offense, and they're really good at it.
We've had 13 lead changes in this game, and 7 times the game has been tied. Right now, Alabama leads by 4, 3:57 to go in the second half of play.
Well, we got to get away, not away from, but what we got to do is get a shot knocked down and not take a bad shot. And if we don't, get us some second shots. We need a little bit of that in the second half.
Wendell Green, K.D. Johnson, Allen Flanagan, Jalen Williams, Janai Broom. The Auburn 5.
Now they're going to press us. I don't know if it's a press to slow down. It could very well be that.
Griffin, Clowney, Sears, Miller, and Bediako for Alabama. Auburn down by 4. Green, Jalen Williams to the left wing. Picks up the dribble, hits Broom there. Now to Wendell at the top. 16 to shoot. Down the lane, Katie Johnson leaves for Broom. Double hand dunk.
Can't do it any better than that. Drew the defenders to him on a drive to the basket. Katie's dangerous. He made a super pass on a roll to the bucket by Broom.
Janai with 6 points in the game. Down to a 2-point game. Bounce pass at the top, Clowney, left side of the key. To Bediako, right side of the key. To Sears straight away, down the lane. Sears to the hole. He missed it, but he was fouled. Auburn fans pleading with the officials for a walk, but to no avail.
I'll tell you one thing, the ball's going to be in his hands the rest of this game. We got to stop him, give him only one shot on, keep him off the free throw line. 4th
foul on Jalen Williams, and Sears is at the line for 2. First is good for the left-hander out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
He shoots 82 from the line. That's why they put the ball in his hands late in the game as much as they do.
He can take the lead back to 4. And he missed it. Rebound Flanagan. It's a one-possession game. Alabama 69, Auburn 66.
Take care of the basketball, get a good shot.
3:05 in the second half. Broom at the top. Janai. One dribble to Green to tie it straight away. No. Rebound Alabama.
All right, got to have a stop now.
Sears left wing, picked up by Katie Johnson. On a curl, it's Miller at the top of the circle. Faces Alan Flanagan. Spins into a double team down the lane to the basket, up, and he got it. Auburn lost track of the best player in the league. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, Janai was trying to hedge on the wrong side and got beat.
Alabama by 5, its biggest lead. 2:26 in the second. Broom at the top. Drives on Bediako to the hole. Goes up, it's blocked.
All right, now we got to have a stop without a foul.
Sears between the rings, Alabama by 5, 2:09 to go.
Yeah, they'll set a very solid screen, and they did.
Sears on the wing, picked up by Flanagan. 12 to shoot. Sears down the lane, falls down. They throw it off of an Alabama player. Here's Wendell on the break with KD. Wendell leaves it for Broom mid lane. Out to the top. Jalen Thrigg in and out. Rebound Wendell goes up and draws the foul.
Boy, it looked like it was in all the way.
Foul goes against Sears, his third, and Wendell goes to the line for 2 with Auburn trailing by 5 and 1:46 to go.
All right, we got to make points with the clock dead. We got to get back and not let them get the early baskets, and no fouls.
Wendell Green on the afternoon, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Tigers trail by 5. First free throw. Good. Could cut the lead to 3 right here with 1:46 to go. Alabama shooting 57% from the field today. Auburn 35.
And most of that high shooting's been in the second half late.
Free throw missed by Wendell. It's a 4-point Alabama lead. Alabama with the rebound.
All right, defense without fouling. They're going to try to open up that lane.
Sears against Wendell between the circles, actually in the center circle.
They'll probably set the screen with Miller so they can free him up if we switch.
1:25 in the second half, shot clock at 10. Sears dribbled it away. Flanagan the steal. Allen to Wendell, left hand, drives inside the arc. Right wing, KD 3, no. Rebound Flanagan. Allen back up. He didn't get it. Rebound Broom, no foul. Alabama the other way. Right wing, head fake Miller to the hole. He jams it.
Well, we didn't get back with everybody because we all got knocked down.
Alabama basketball. Wendell steps into a 3. He missed it. Rebound Alabama. 48 seconds to go. Alabama 73. Auburn 67. Foul on Auburn.
I would say that we have got good looks. We just went through that
Holy
scoring
cow.
drought. That was a foul.
Watching the replay of the shots at the other end, Flanagan dang near gets knocked down underneath the Auburn basket.
He did.
Holy cow! How do you miss these calls? Free throw by Miller is good. Good Lord in heaven. 74-67 Alabama, 46 and a half seconds to go. Good night. Man.
Got to get it inbounds, get it down quick, get a good look, and decide whether you're going to foul him or not.
Miller missed the second, rebound Flanagan. Auburn trails by 7. 44 seconds to go. Wendell Green drives underneath, reverse layup, he didn't get it.
Layup.
And the rebound to Alabama, and Janai Broome picks up his 4th foul. And Alabama can go back to the free throw line for free throws. Alabama starting to celebrate on its bench.
Well, we got a good look and didn't knock it down there.
Here's the thing. Take the officials out of it. I'm tired of talking about officials. But Auburn has missed its last 8 field goals, is 2 of its last 11, and hasn't scored a field goal in 3 minutes.
Yeah, we haven't shot the ball at all late in the second half. I don't know if you can say credit their defense because some of the shots we missed were open shots.
Griffin misses the first free throw. Made the second. 8-point lead for Alabama.
We got to get it up quick. There's no time. Well, you better get it up real quick.
Jalen at the top for 3. Didn't get it. Rebound Alabama. That ought to do it with 25 seconds to go. Alabama by 8. Griffin up the floor for the Crimson Tide. Dribbles between the circles out to the right wing. Drives into the lane, through the lane. Auburn will not foul it. Griffin on the wing, just dribbling it around. Gets it underneath, and Bediako dunks it with 9.7 seconds to go. Bruce Pearl looks at Nate Oates as if to say, okay, we'll keep that one in our back pocket, Nate. Wendell Green across midcourt, down the lane, goes up with the left hand. He scores with 0.5 seconds to go. And Alabama will win it when they inbound it. Alabama wins it, 77-69.
They're booing the officials.
Auburn's leading scorer today with 24 points, Wendell Green Jr. And you can score points too as well with the Chick-fil-A app. Download or open the app to place an order. Earn and redeem points with the Chick-fil-A app. War Eagle and eat more chicken. Alabama 77, Auburn 69. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
AuburnTigers.com.